statement.
You knew where I was going with it, Joe. I said the Radio Row NFL experience. Well, you've never been to the Avian Expo, so I don't even know how you can comment on it. I know you've been to Radio Row, so there's more people that attend the Avian Expo than Radio Row as far as the size of it, the amount of square footage, the people in there.
I mean, that, I feel like the show advanced at that moment.
I think so, Buck. Well, there's nothing really to attend in Radio Row. That's just radio stations.
I'm talking about the size. You know how big it is in there?
He's talking
All
about
the media
fan
people in there.
fest type events.
Yes.
And since most people haven't really attended the AVN and its pre-awards festivities, it's hard to make some sort of assessment, except I would tend to believe the Super Bowl is bigger. I would tend to believe that without actual knowledge.
Well, I've not been there to the AVN, so I don't know.
Imagine saying, guys, I just got invited to the Super Bowl, but I decided to go to a porn expo instead. Thanks, that comes from Snipping Holes. I think it's time for a smoke break, Ken. That's from Little Judy Suckins.
I do like that name.
Do you?
Sounds like a Shirley Temple character.
It's all about the anal prep, too. It's pretty critical, actually. That's the recovering alcoholic from Belleville with Webster Gross. What did that have?
He needs to be silenced just a wee bit.
Her first name was Anal.
Okay, Iggy.
AVN is bigger than the Super Bowl. Well, it's not really bigger as far as more people. Thanks. That's Flip Wilson.
That's pretty accurate.
Paul Bruin, you better hide from Caller Ellen after your fry contest body shaming take. That's from Chunk in the Chuck. I didn't catch that as a body shaming take. Is that what that was?
I think he was saying that she would enjoy extra calories.
Yeah, I guess it was a body shaming, but, you know, at that point, who cares?
Well, it's probably fair to say if you're going to take your clothes off for a living, you ought to do the best you can to look your best.
Again, that's why I said.
Just kind of let yourself go.
I think that there's a nice feature of not knowing who this person is. I don't know what she looked like before or after. And I'm probably not going to be able to attend.
Well,
so.
Tim can find you a picture of her.
Well, he showed me one.
The texters were kind enough to send one in.
I have a feeling this
nice
might be
one?
a good one.
She was dressed. It wasn't
nice
anything.
I showed you.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
Well, you showed me the bad one. I want to show
Well,
Kat.
that's the one that the texters sent in.
Yeah, I want to show Kat up.
I really, before you started talking about her, I really wasn't familiar with her.
Yeah, she doesn't do a lot of mainstream stuff. She's not one of those that goes to...
What is she doing?
Oh, no.
No, I mean, you know...
She hasn't worked with Tom Hanks.
She hasn't worked with the Greg Lanskys and
Meyer Lansky.
Bree Mills. You know, she does a lot of the Bang Brothers type thing.
Oh,
But now she has her own...
Brothers.
Now she,
That's not mainstream. Doug, that's not
Didn't they run the
mainstream.
circus for years?
I don't know.
Sorry about that.
Bang the Ringling Brothers, silly.
so now she has DillianHarperExclusive.com. Now she does a lot of her own stuff.
Is she a famous adult actress? Because if she's the headliner of this TMA Live, you would think you want someone that has that ability to draw.
I think if you follow porn, you know who she is.
But is she a big name? That was not even my question.
She has close to 500,000 followers on Twitter.
All right, then she's a woman of character, because that's how we judge people, by their
Well, I know some porn stars that have like 30,000 followers. What did Gabby Carter have, like 15,000 before she came on the show? What's she up to now?
Doug, what total is Gabby Carter?
I don't know. I don't
Did we-
monitor things like that.
No, she
I
had,
remember Gabby Hayes, who was in a lot of westerns.
she had 15,000 followers the day she joined this show.
She now has 61.9 thousand followers.
What?
Look at all she picked up just through us.
Yep.
We make stars. Well, Tim does. Tim found her.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
By the way, let me give Tim
Made
a
it
plug.
declarative.
Let me give Tim a
He
plug.
just did.
Let's get this off of me for the next 2.5 hours,
You just
please.
did.
Now, I listen to all of Tim's podcasts.
I know you.
What are you
Clip
doing?
that up, Clousy, I would like that played
Well, you
as a
produced
drop
them.
today.
I
Please.
know. But I will,
Please.
I
Doug, I
will
listen to all the Ryan Kelly morning afters.
Yeah, I do too.
I will say that I enjoyed this week's with Bob Birch.
Bob Burke.
That was a good interview.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, I missed him. Did he come in or was he on the phone?
He was on the phone because he was in Florida.
Oh.
And tell the
Why
audience
didn't
how
you
you
fly
know
out there?
Bob Birch and who he is.
Well, go ahead.
Well, either one of you could, Doug, because you know him. And
Yeah, you know him, too.
I didn't know him.
He was one of my first bosses.
He was one of my brother-in-laws for a while. Yeah, he was a long time.
That means you're related to Michelle Phillips.
Well, not really. Kind of in a roundabout kind of way.
You are?
No.
You said kind of in a roundabout way.
Well, only because my brother-in-law was married to her, too.
What's going on with this show?
My brother-in-law was married to her, too, so not by any blood relation am I related to Michelle. So the answer would be no, I'm not related to Michelle Phillips.
No, immediately.
But my brother-in-law
choking on a ham sandwich,
was
right?
married to her.
And she died choking on a ham sandwich.
No, that was Mama Cass. That was Mama Cass.
Yeah, same group.
But Bob was a radio executive in St. Louis for a long time.
Yeah, started out as a DJ at KSHE and then became general manager of KSHE, and then he took KZK to #1 music station, and when KASP folded, the company that owned KZK that Bob Burch was running.
What company was that?
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I really don't know. Was it CBS?
I don't think so. Maybe it was. But that company took over KFNS 590.
I'm not a fan.
That's right.
That's what I know.
I think it was Fan Sports then.
And so, I mean, he was my first boss.
Can you play that drop? I'd like to hear this.
Who's drop?
No, I listen to all of Tim's podcasts. So it was interesting. But I like the conversation you guys talking about just running radio stations and, you know, all the streaming going on and how stations make it nowadays. I mean, I enjoy stuff like that.
He relived, I said, what were some of your stories that would stand out to you from Sports Talk Radio? And then he mentioned some things and some specific people and some issues with specific people. And I said, Pete, bring out the shears, boy. Bring out the shears.
Yeah, Pete edited that out of there.
Yeah, I'm not looking
some people we would know today.
Absolutely.
Huh? Oh, and they misbehaved in some fashion?
That's correct, sir.
They were too nice.
I was involved.
Yeah, they were too nice, and he wanted to call attention to.
I was involved in one of them. No, he was a great boss. God, the guy could dress though. He gave me like 6 of his Armani suits.
He gave you 6 Armani suits. You guys are the same size, and he just said, you know what, I don't need this anymore.
He called me in the office one day.
He measured you up.
No, he said, what size jacket you wear? I said, like 36 regular. He goes, I'm going up to a 38. I'll bring my 36s in for you. And he gave me like all of his Armani suits.
What'd you do with them?
Wore them.
Where are they now?
Well, I gave a bunch of them away.
Why?
I don't know. I think I went up to a 38. The sleeves were too short.
This would have been back in the 80s?
Yeah, I was
up
still.
To a 38? Really? Like up to?
You bulked
up? Yeah, because I was wearing 36.
Huh.
Yeah, I was kind of small.
Nutted it.
Yeah, but a suit, the length is usually fine, but when the sleeves get a little short,
KPNT-FM, HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Your home for the morning after and TMA all day. Stream us live at youtube.com/TMASTL and at TMASTL.com. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:09 in St. Louis. You are listening to Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, TMASTL.com. And come on in. The water is warm in YouTube. YouTube.com. I just saw the YouTube pop up. There's 2 empty chairs.
I know.
It's going to cause a lot of banty roosters, Plowhawk.
Well, what are there, like 5 people in there right now? Is there 50 people in here?
108.
Wow.
They wait. Iggy is here, but he wanders. And Jennings is on his way. There's no way he would miss today. The Munganess 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com, AltonToyota.com. Sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Because today is a Foot Fetish Friday. And Jackson, your tweet moments ago was subtle brilliance, sir.
The Robert Redford gif?
Yes. Yeah, I actually.
Did you create that, or did some foot fetishist create that?
So when I went on Twitter and just searched feet, and that popped up, and I said yes.
That
yes
is a perfect tweet. That is the perfect tweet. Now it doesn't. You have to be completely aware of what's going on, and I know a number of people here at Hubbard are now following our social media and probably 98% oblivious to what's going to take place in their building at 9 o'clock. and see that tweet and go, the hell are these guys doing now? But that will become clear within the next couple of hours because Lady Gaga's former makeup artist, Tara Savello, will be in studio for our very first Hubbard Foot Fetish Friday. Wow, this will be magical.
What a time to be alive.
Nah, it's exciting, you're right, and the players are all gathering around. Tara Savello has been very active on social media promoting her appearance. I think she's been promoting it more than we've been promoting.
Yeah, she followed me now.
She did follow me, too.
Very eager, and I love it.
She has like 80,000 followers. Didn't we discover 75,000, 80,000 followers?
Yeah.
Iggy has joined us for
She's
the
got clout.
presentation.
I'm sorry, I lost track of time.
Yeah, you were in here for 10 minutes. I thought, we're awesome. We're all going to be in here. And then you were gone.
I thought it was like 6:50.
Right. Well, either way, the show is underway, and the players have gathered on the first tee. Already 147 people watching. And, Iggy, you think that today will be the day we go over 1,000 simultaneous viewers on YouTube, youtube.com/TMASTL, when Tara Savello is in studio for Foot Fetish Friday at 9 o'clock.
I thought we would get 1,000 for Learn.
I mean, we were right there.
960.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, we were
960.
right in the wheelhouse.
I think we will today because of all of her followers. I mean,
Tara's, yeah, I guess
her
you're
little
right.
her little monsters will show up.
That's the key. That's a nice strategy
Yeah, I think so.
because to me, it's nothing against Tara, but for this being, St. Louis based at the moment, obviously this thing's on the verge of going national, global. Candidly,
About time.
yes. We thought we had a 20-year model. And
Intergalactic.
now that we're approaching year 19, but that her followers will overtake the YouTube chat and put us in 1,000 for the first time, simultaneous viewers. Because if you go Tara Savello and Learn, well, Learn has much more equity in the St. Louis marketplace, but because Tara has 75,000, 80,000 followers, you think she will tweet that out, and then people will watch Jennings attempt to suckle upon her toes?
I think she has tweeted it out. I know she Instagrammed it out, if that's a word.
It is.
The thing is, though, the little monsters, they tend to be younger. Maybe in school.
And do you think they're more apt to be into hot foot play?
No.
And in
I wouldn't think
school,
so.
you meant
What's kind of
high school?
Grade school, high school.
Well, that's an unfortunate comment. We'll get to
That's who follows
That's
Gaga.
what I wanted to hear.
That's who follows
That's
Gaga.
not what I wanted to
little
do.
monsters?
Yeah, little monsters.
Like
Now,
you're in the
here-
Hawks up. Yeah, the Hawks up. That's unfortunate.
Here's my official.
I can't, blame who follows her. It's just that
So kids in grade school follow Lady Gaga's former makeup artist on social media.
they follow everything that has to do with Gaga. Her managers, her assistants, her bouncers, her bodyguards, her dancers, everybody. They follow everybody that has to do with Gaga. And Tara was a big part of Gaga for many years. I mean, it was like her right-hand girl. They were best friends.
What happened?
I think she had something that caused her to not be able to fly as much.
Tara did?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
I think she's better now. But at the time,
What, an actual incident in the air?
no, I think some kind of I don't want to say
medical condition?
medical thing where she just couldn't fly, and they were flying every week, whether it's concerts or photo shoots or interviews or whatever. She was in the air almost every day, so she had to quit because of that. And she's better now, but so it caused her to quit. But I mean, for the period of time, her first 2-3 albums, she was the girl. Every picture you saw of Gaga, there's Tara. I'm sorry. I got scolded on the fan page.
I saw you and Jackson were recording a little something for the Instagram page, TMA_STL, or is that on the TikTok, Jackson? I don't know where everything is going. Jackson has vacated to watch some Ole Miss basketball.
Lost track of time, too.
What's going on?
We're firing on all cylinders, and I feel very confident that this is going to be a great program.
Oh, I think so. I think Jay will handle this fine. And Tara is willing to play ball. She knows he's going to play with the feet.
She's willing.
Yeah, she said, I'll have fun with it. So, and she's a cool chick. She came out the Gobble Bowl, and everybody wanted a picture of her with her. She's very
Sporting.
kind and having fun, and tiny little thing.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think she's maybe 5'3", maybe.
Oh, nice. We can
She's
look each
tiny.
other in the eye.
But a sweetheart. She was fun. So, and dating a St. Louis listener.
So this gentleman happens to be a TMA listener.
Yeah.
Is he coming in?
No, he's working.
Yep.
He did text me. I want to read this text. It was kind of funny.
Your text from Lady Gaga's former makeup artist.
I don't know why. It was a DM.
Boyfriend. Yep, that's correct. We can see if we can get this sponsored.
My character doesn't have this going on.
No, he doesn't.
It must have been Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
why aren't you Iggy on Instagram?
I don't know. I can change it, I guess.
Can you? I don't know if you're locked into that or not. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennings Randolph Jr.
There he is. Don't shake your head.
Go to Florida.
I don't know where it
You got feet?
Anyway, he said, I can't believe I'm going to get foot cucked by Jay.
Jennings big fan.
Always been a fun thing. For the most part.
What's that?
The feet thing.
When you say for the most part, are you thinking Seika and Navidad as being...
No, that was all right for me, because I worked with a Hall of Famer.
That's true. What was that? Did Jackson get shot again?
He may have.
I feel like Jackson's just now going to that Ronnie's district manager interview.
So she'll have fun. I said, now just be prepared. He'll ask you questions. I'm not going to tell you what questions, but he'll ask you some questions. He goes, good. I'm going to ask him some questions, too.
Well, outstanding.
Nice. Well, it'll be the conversation then. Somebody's not happy in the YouTube chat already. And that's Wedding Tackle. And he says this dork considers himself a true follower of Gaga and then declares that Gaga's followers are all grade school children.
I didn't say all.
The monsters.
A lot of them are. I mean, she appeals to everybody.
Wouldn't they be in junior high by now?
Jay, how do you feel that a lot of junior high little monsters are going to be watching you fondling their favorite artists?
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, when we met her backstage, it was me and Sue.
Jackson was not shot. He is here delivering cups.
And I guess at the time...
Oh, was that your spittoon, bro?
Yes, Sue and I were in our...
You got that almost all taken care of.
Sue and I were in our 50s, and there were 6 people back there.
Who's Sue?
Sue Swanson, who I took to Gaga.
Sure.
High school friend.
I like feet! Who also went on that excursion?
Janie the lesbian.
Yeah. No, not the first time. It was just me and Sue. When I met her, it was the first time. Me and Sue.
Gil Vulva.
No, she didn't go. And there were
Ryan went.
6 other people back there, and...
Beer cats?
4 of them were like...
He's blocked.
12.
Oh.
Him and they went. I took Carly. The ball sacks were there, and
it's always good to the ball.
Janie the lesbian and the Viking Queen were
That's
there.
correct. And I thought the evening was going to be just lesbian activity filled.
Well, I thought we had 2 lesbians there. They couldn't turn anybody.
That's a shame.
Nobody wanted to. No, I mean, I saw girls kissing in the crowd.
Nice.
Who's Carly?
She works here.
Carly laughs.
She works here.
Yeah.
She's on the Blues in the intermission.
Oh yeah, I remember.
She replaced producer Joe's friend.
She does WIL stuff, and
she voices the promo for our show.
She voices
She
our
does.
promo.
The voice you hear is Carly. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her.
She's outstanding, man. She's super cool.
I saw her last Friday. She was in.
Well, she's in every day.
Is she?
Yeah, I was talking with her yesterday.
Is she on a show?
I'm out of here pretty quick.
Production. I think she goes on Courtney's show every once in a while.
Yeah. I'm out pretty quick. I don't get to see many.
Boy, Courtney's a big fan of yours.
I'm a big fan of Courtney.
Yeah. She's for Iggy's Ryder Cup with us against the Hubbards.
She's going to be.
I think she's going to be in there. Yeah. She'll be a dangerous player in the field.
She's got game.
I would think she'll be in there. I know that Favaz and U-Man will probably be in there. They play.
Jay Delsing.
Right.
Delsing.
Yep. Skip wants a piece of him.
Skip did a show 8 years ago for us. So.
I'm sure. They'll probably have Guy on their team, too.
We'll call him one of our producers.
No, on their team.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Cletus will put in a piece of glass downstairs and have Guy carry it, and he'll be an employee for Hubbard. So, yeah, I think we might get to 1,000.
Now, you just said might. Now, it seems like you're coming off at a little.
Well, I thought we'd get 1,000 with Learn, and Learn is a...
But, I mean, we were there.
She's a St. Louis
You're
legend.
at 961 or something.
Yeah.
So,
Iggy thinks that because of Tara's social media following, we will get to 1,000.
Oh, I think if she puts it on the Twitter tweets, yeah.
I think she already did.
It's a tough one. It's one I wouldn't bet. It's one I wouldn't bet.
I think we'll get to $1,000. I'm going to share Jackson's... I can't share it. I guess I
What's going on now?
I guess I can't share something from the TMA fan page.
Yeah, it's private. It's like getting into Belle Reeve.
Here's what I will say.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get to 1,000 just because the time slot 9 o'clock is tough for people who have to go to work. But I do think this will be the most rewatched
That's a nice play. Right there is a nice parlay. That's a nice parlay.
I don't think we're going to get to 1,000, but I do think we'll break the 10,000 record that we're in.
I think a lot of wusses won't work today because of the ice from yesterday.
Are places off today?
Schools are.
Yes, a lot of schools are, and that helps us out because the little monsters are at home.
Nice.
They're not at school.
Well, I don't know what the weather's like outside.
And I know Jay don't want to hear that, but
no, it's all right.
Well, and plus there's feet. I mean,
I like my feet.
Feet get people to watch. I mean, when we do a foot thing at TMA Lives, they're all over the place. So I think feet will probably be worth another couple hundred at least.
All right. I'm anxious to see how the numbers play out. Jackson, do you think if we were doing this at 8 o'clock, it would be higher?
I think the concurrent viewers would be higher, yes, but I just think the rewatch.
Should I put feet 8:45?
No, she's coming in the 9 o'clock hour.
All right, so I'll put feet 9 o'clock hour.
Right. I mean, concurrent viewers and rewatches, I mean, they're both great, so.
Well, I know, but I'm just trying to gauge the simultaneous situation.
Probably, yeah. I think.
And what percentage? You think it'd be 25% higher?
No, less than that. 15% probably.
Okay, 15%, Jennings. There it is. Now you got the numbers.
It's a good call by Jackson, because when we got to 960 with Learn, it was before 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then right at 9 o'clock, it would drop to like 820.
Yeah.
And then we weren't getting any more because they're at work.
Which, by the way, is outstanding.
Oh, sure.
To have if you think about getting 800 people in a room together, like that's a massive amount of people.
You have a lot of people working from home. A lot of people, work from home on Fridays as well.
A lot of people just don't work.
President's Day is on Monday, so maybe some people took some PTO on today to make that, nice extended 4-day break. A lot of people do that as well.
On my Facebook, I'm putting feet 9 o'clock hour. Yep. Let's get it on.
It's like foot porn.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, I think if you say tell a friend. Do you have a lot of people in the foot fetish community who follow you on Facebook?
I'd like to think not. But
why don't you put that in one of your feet pages you're on?
I'm not on any feet pages.
There's feet pages on Facebook.
Well, there's Wicca. I mean, what is it called?
WikiFeet.
WikiFeet, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were on some foot pages.
What goes on a foot page?
Just pictures of feet, I'm guessing, and they talk about what they like.
Can you imagine paying like a monthly subscription?
Well, are there different kind of feet that people like, Jennings, in the community?
I would guess. I would think some like.
How much diversity is there in the foot community?
Well, I mean, you start with the color.
Right, I understand that.
But then you start with the heaviness.
Who was the one? Somebody on us talking about tater tot toes. Was that on this show?
I
can't imagine it was on Balloon Party.
No, it was the
unicorn.
Unicorn, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Tater tot toes, a term I had never heard. Alliteration, wonderful alliteration.
Angry, I'm going to send you and Timmy, and I'll send it to Plowsy and Jackson.
Now, there's a
picture I got last night.
This is from a listener's wife sending you pictures of her feet.
This is from
Foot Fetish for Life page on Facebook.
This is from a former fan page club champion.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I hope it's Cletus.
I get Gee's feet.
I got a copy of Gee's. And I have only one question about it that I'll ask you.
I want to say, and I hope this isn't discriminatory, but I prefer female.
Yeah, it is.
Boo.
No, yeah.
I know. I understand.
I wouldn't.
It's not to say.
Now I don't want.
It's a preference. It's a preference. It's a preference.
Some people like something.
Here are some of the groups on Facebook.
Yep. Feet Up Community, Foot Fetish Lovers, spelled FEDDISH, tattoos, piercings, and sexy feet.
Jackson, get in there and.
You should join some of those.
What do you mean, get in there?
Get in there.
Yeah, and then we can post the link in those communities at 9 o'clock, and we might get 100,000.
Are these public pages?
It could be the.
One
there
has
may be a whole new show.
All right, here goes my future.
One has 16,000 members.
Foot page.
16,000 members in the Feet Up community.
Make sure they know you're just a producer.
I just joined.
You're not the dummy.
Oh, I just joined it.
Okay. Welcome.
Well, then Iggy, you're already halfway there. Just drop it in the YouTube.
How many members do they have?
16,000.
Perfect.
Can you get the link to the YouTube?
Yeah, I can't do it on my phone.
Wow.
Yes, you can. If you go to you have YouTube on your phone?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
You have the internet.
Feet lovers of the world.
I'll figure it out.
How's that look? Is it global?
Man, dude.
It'd be great.
Happy Feet has 6,000 members.
How old the lass is this, Ken? This gal coming in today.
Tara Savello, 9 o'clock.
I would guess Tara's in her.
Always there.
Yeah, I'll say mid-30s.
Well, there's a Feet for Hire page.
Why don't you join that one? I'll join this one. We'll double team.
I see that one. That's only got 1.4 thousand members. I'm looking.
What
in
the world?
I'm turning my phone down. I don't know.
I'm going to tell people about Munganess while you boys figure it on out. They're at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, all of our friends at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Munganess, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Got to get to that. Can't wait to get to that because Jennings' roster, oh my goodness. Jennings' roster in a major upset.
But Angry's is pretty strong.
I told you it wasn't bad, your roster.
What is the score? I don't want to put Jackson on.
Well, I know it's up on the Morning After STL app.
Vegas, Joaquin Neiman.
I'm all over Neiman this week.
That's strong.
Yeah.
Iggy?
What was that? Was that in Jackson's studio or Iggy's phone?
I pull up YouTube and ads come up. I'm trying to...
All right, if you pull up the thing, hit share, Ken.
Yeah, I have to go to
But you may not be able to share to that page.
No, you should be able to.
You just hit copy link.
It's Munganess, stlouisacura.com, Alton Toyota. New cars, pre-owned cars, and here's the thing, and I'm going to call you brother, even though I know at this point 14% of the listeners are our female friends.
I love that.
So let me tell you something, brother, sister. Even if you didn't get your car from Munganess, you can get it serviced at Munganess. It's Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, all of the great people at Munganess, stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. Email me or DM me on social media, and I will connect you with them. I did that yesterday for our new sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour. John Bradley and Appliance Discounters made the connection. I love doing that with our audience and our sponsors. So take me up on it. stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com, Munganess, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Right, Iggy, how's the YouTube sharing going?
I have it up there. I'm just going to type in coming up at 9 o'clock Central Time. Lady Gaga's former makeup artist, Tara Savello, will be in to show us her feet.
Love it.
And we'll see to these 16.
So a lot of these people now will go into the YouTube chat, and we're going to watch this culture clash of the TMA listener, of the bots, and the people from the foot fetish page joining.
The moms from North Carolina.
That's correct. And here's the problem. Whoever's the admin on the fan page, you're going to be bombarded with a lot of people. And it's going to get weird in the YouTube chat. It's just going to take that next level.
Yeah, I don't think I'll look at this.
You know,
what do you think about Big Dallas Daddy today?
This could be the day he listens. This might be his reason or rationale. It's certainly in the Genesis Open. They're invitational.
We're going to have a lot of guys risking their careers at work to watch this.
237 right now. I mean, we need a 4X it at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just happened to go to the our YouTube page and saw some of the chat. There's probably about 10 people in there I have blocked.
You can see who you have blocked in the YouTube chat?
Well, yeah, because I see their name, and I know I got them blocked on my page.
Well, they're all like nom de plumes. I mean, there's a guy named Brad. You have him blocked.
I saw some.
Brad.
I saw some names in there. One right at the top. I saw.
Doug Salty tasting Perineum.
No, but I saw some real names in there.
Taint, bro, taint.
I think he's a good guy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
He's sporting as well.
Yeah, I think he's good people. There's a bunch of fine Americans in here. I love to see Monsignor Grundle in here this early.
Why does the elder do this? Let me read you this text, then fumbles around with his phone for 2 minutes and never read the text.
I couldn't find it.
That was from Monsignor Grundle.
I couldn't find it. The text basically said, I can't, this is Tara's boyfriend, who's a listener to the show, said, I can't believe I'm going to get foot cucked by Jay.
Take it easy.
Is it hot in your guys' studio in there?
Yeah, we can adjust the thermostat, though.
I can, too, but I'm sweating like an animal in here.
Well, that's a big show.
You just wait till the feet get in here.
Jackson's got a big decision to make for Balloon Party.
Does he?
Can we talk about this, Jackson? Or do
sure,
you
why not?
All right. I think it's the right thing to do. The transparency with the listeners is important. So he made a commitment yesterday in a surprising development that he was going to watch the Blues game.
Yes, he did. I was listening.
You were listening. Mm-hmm. And he kind of ingratiated himself to a portion of the audience.
Yeah,
now, they still don't like that he likes the NBA.
Change a little.
And what did you say to me, Jackson, when you walked into the studio this morning?
How much you see, dog?
I don't think I've been as bored by a sporting event in my live-long life. Now, a lot of that isn't the Blues' fault. They're playing a...
Flip that off and send it over to 101.
They
have a big day at 10 o'clock.
They weren't playing a very good team, which is unfortunate that they lost, and there was no fans in the stands.
Fans in the stands.
They lost in overtime?
They did.
They did.
I turned it off, actually, after the Buchnevich goal, and then I got a text saying, extra hockey or something, and I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Who texted you that?
I'm in a group chat with a bunch of my friends, and a couple of them are big Blue Note fans, and so I was just like, oh,
I wouldn't
God.
be celebrating the extra hockey.
Well, no, they just said extra hockey. It wasn't like with an exclamation point. But then I turned it on, and I was like, oh, my God. And I thought they were going to do another 20-minute intermission between the third period and overtime, and I was like, I'm not sticking around. But they got right after it, so I finished it up.
Buchnevich's goal was outstanding.
That
reminded me like an NHL 93 Sega Genesis one-timer. You don't see a whole lot of those just blast past and win a game, and you're like, all right, sweet, they're going to escape even though they played like garbage and get 2 points and just move on and then focus on the Leafs on Saturday night. And then, you know Chris Weidman at all, Jennings? Plays a lot of golf. I've played with him and Patty Maroon a few times. And he's on Le Baton now. No. And he made a hell of a pass to set up the game-tying goal with less than 10 seconds left.
That was pretty cool.
And also, you were happy that Montreal tied it up.
Well, no, I recognize, and like I said, not a big hockey guy, but I recognize that was a pretty good pass.
And then Montreal won it in overtime. So that was a rough one because they've lost now to the Devils, who suck, and the Canadiens, who suck, both in the last 2 Thursdays. And this one was with Husso and Net, although that was not his problem last night. That was just an overall team effort. Berube was kind of banty after the game. So now you have Blues fans who are going to be angry, and then Jackson's going to walk in there at 10 o'clock and say he'd rather watch paint dry. So it's going to be a big day at 10 o'clock on 101.
Well, but in a way, it validates what he was saying the day before, that he'll watch the first game of the playoffs. He'll watch all the games of the playoffs for the Blues.
If the Lakers aren't in their play-in game at the same time.
That was a caveat.
With no AD, I don't know if they're going to make the play-in tournament.
Jennings AD out for at least 4 weeks.
Just for briefly, explain the dumbass play-in tournament.
9 and 10 seeds play the 7 and 8 seeds. If
they win, they get the 7-8 seeds. The 9-10.
No, the 9 and 10 seeds play each other.
Oh my!
I'm telling you.
And then the winner. The winner of that
gets the Globetrotter.
Once I get to March, I'll know fully because I remember what it was last year when it was the first year of it, but it's kind of blanking on me.
And why are they continuing to do it? Because it was so successful?
Oh, just because it keeps more teams in for longer.
So it's harder to not make the playoffs.
That's correct,
That is accurate.
Man, I don't know.
But the NBA playoffs is still awesome. So
see, I realized baseball did that, and everybody liked the wild card. I am sick and tired of over half the league getting in.
I'm with you, Plowhawk. And I saw yesterday, since Major League Baseball and the owners, or Major League Baseball and the Players Association, had a nice 15-minute meeting.
Great.
So it didn't necessarily go particularly well that the Players Association let the owners know that you wanting to expand the postseason will not be happening if we don't get our full 162 games. So now they're kind of playing back at them, finally.
Where do they stand on the 180 to 160 minor league players?
I don't know on that. I mean, I think it's more about the Super Twos, and the issue on that is one of the core, and then the luxury tax. It's something that, with regards to the games and getting all 162, and they've got about 10 days to get it figured out. Otherwise, they will have a reduced regular season.
Okay. Yeah. This year,
February 28th, they have to get it done by. So the Players Association said, we know you want to expand the postseason again. But we won't be doing that if we don't play a full 162. So now because I think the owners are going, okay, we're going to get these guys, we're going to get them when we start taking away game checks.
Right.
And then they'll buckle. So now the Players Association has played back at them. I mean, listen, if it gets done, great. I'm just not really, I don't have a whole lot of high hopes on it. But yes, Plowhawk, I share your opinion. I actually like less teams in the postseason. But anytime you're talking about a business and taking away dollars from the top line, you're talking about something that probably is not going to be met with a whole lot of delight from the parties who own it.
Well, it breeds just being mediocre and just telling your fan base, hey, well, we made the playoffs. You know, we are a wild card team. So you could skate by not spending a lot of money, not doing a lot of things in the offseason, just kind of being 500.
Let me put it this way, Plowhawk.
Not a fan.
2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, and 21, 8 seasons since 2011, the Cardinals have made the playoffs. Can you imagine, however, and yet there is a great deal, and by the way, I think it's justified, of frustration from the fan base toward the organization at this moment. Jennings, you and I remember the 1980s.
Yep.
The team went to the World Series 3 times.
3 times.
They went to the playoffs 3 times. And I'll ask you this, because you can recall both. Was the fan base in the 1980s happier with the product than the fan base at this particular moment?
No question.
Okay. The point on that is only 4 teams went to the playoffs, so that actually was an accomplishment, which backs up the Plowhawks point. Now, I guess we're talking about 20.
At that time, you had the 3 division winners.
No, you only had 2. It was the NL East and the NL West. And the Cardinals were in the NL East.
They hadn't gone to 3, and then two teams got in. Yep.
So you won your division. You're like, man, we are 4 wins away from the World Series. And keep in mind, I think it was up until 84 that it was a best of 5.
Right.
When the Cardinals won the World Series in 82, they beat the Braves. They swept them, and it was 3-0. But then they had to beat the Dodgers in 85, and they won that in 6.
Correct.
And beat the Giants in 7 and 87.
Yep.
So, yeah, it changed. I like that, but again, now you're taking away revenue. The other thing it does is it pushes games back into October and November, and so you're playing in snow, which is totally opposite of the way you spent the vast majority. Yeah, it's just, I don't like it. But they're not. They have to fix the economics, which is a substantial conversation, and they also, I think, have to tend to some circumstances surrounding the game. What I worry is they're going to do things that aren't actually going to fix the game and might make it even more problematic. So there's my very
They're in a
brief
bad way
sports,
right now. They're in a bad way.
All right, we welcome people to get involved. There's so many ways to do it. Jackson, I got a text last night from Biff, and he was putting $12,000 on the Blues.
Sure he was.
Oh, jeez.
At 5:43, Jennings, I got this.
He sent you a text that I'm going to put 12 dimes on the Blues.
It said 8 of 8 stars lock. I usually hear 5-star locks, but this is an 8-star.
This is an upgrade.
Yeah, it's exciting when you get 160% stars. Tonight, Blues over Montreal. Biff has about 5,000 on it. I said, how about that? I like it. Then he said, I might put 12,000 on it. And I said, balls to the wall. Call in tomorrow to talk about it. He said, okay. What are good time frames to call? I said, well, it's a loose schedule on the show. We probably will be able to fit you in. He said, I keep trying, and no one answers the phone.
He called at 9:43 yesterday. Like, what am I supposed to do?
And you
he talks for 15 minutes. We don't have time.
Did you answer the call?
Well, the problem is, like, if Tim's in the middle of a live read, I can't pick up the phone and talk over the live read. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
Is your mic always hot?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get that fixed, though. We already are in
progress.
So, like, like, I understand, and I want to get Biff on. I love Biff. But at the same time, like, time constraints, like, if he calls at 9:30
I texted him
past.
this morning. Yeah, I've already texted. I texted him at 6:30. So let me know when you can call in. Now, I don't know if he wants to talk if he just lost $12,000.
Right. And
to lose it in overtime to the Canadians when you're 10 seconds away from winning the bet in regulation, that'd be I don't care. If I had $100 on it, I'd be tilted.
What was
much less 12,000.
He bet the money line?
Yeah, which was minus 260. It was minus 265 when I was on 101. I don't know if it went up or down.
It deep.
Yeah.
From the times of 7 to 8:45 today, if he calls in, then he's in. We can do it. But if he calls in at 9:40, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I have to.
There's nothing you can do.
Watch out for time,
You're
and
all right.
plus it's tough.
Don't feel
with
bad, Jackson.
Oh, I don't feel bad.
Jackson, how does it
We were talking also about the Munganass Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown rosters. What do we have here, Jackson?
Yeah. All right. Let's start with Iggy's roster.
Okay.
Iggy has. Oh, now it's getting slow on me. All right. Iggy has Xander Schauffele.
Xander was fine yesterday, right?
Yeah.
2 under.
Solid.
Not bad.
Rory, same, 2 under.
Rory was solid.
22nd. Well, top 2 is 22nd. Cam Smith, 4 under.
Very solid. Highest owned player, by the way, in a big and surprising development.
That is a little surprising.
Yeah, and DJ was supposed to be one of the highest owned, or wasn't supposed to be one of the highest owned, and wound up being the second highest owned next to Rom.
So that would be about, what, 6th place?
Yes.
Okay.
Max Homa.
Solid.
Very solid. Iggy, look at this roster.
Little issue here, Jimmy Hahn.
Jimmy Hahn didn't have a good day.
No, 1 over.
Well, he only made 2 bogeys. Unfortunately, he only made 1 birdie.
Very much in the cut.
Well,
yeah, the cut's at even right now. It'll probably be even or 1. Yeah, he birdied his first hole yesterday. It was 1 under through 1 and did not make a birdie.
Birdies number 1.
Yeah, so he did not birdie for the next 17
Not
holes.
everybody birdies 10.
10 will get you.
By the way, did you guys see Victor Hovland go up 15?
What did he shoot?
I don't know.
I was heavy on Vic Hoffland.
Yeah.
But, I have 36 rosters, Jennings.
Okay.
or 38. 38 rosters, which is actually low and I have Neiman on 25 of them. I went all in on Joaquin Neiman, so if he can get this thing done, the Tam Avenue Capital Partners might only lose 70% of our bankroll this week. That's exciting.
So what is my total points?
Well, and you have Patrick Rogers, who's 200.
Yeah,
That's pretty solid.
And Iggy told me he 4-putted.
He 4-jacked from 20 feet.
You could
4-putt from 20 feet.
For a double bogey.
You could have 5 or 6 making the cut potentially.
Now, I'm going by shot tracker, which a lot of times on the PGA Tour, the shot tracker is kind of off. But it had a par 3. It had him 20 feet for birdie, and then next thing I know, shot 5 in the hole. So I'm just guessing. So you have 4-jack from 20 feet?
20, but maybe.
I saw him miss from 2 feet, so it could have been.
I saw Iggy 4-jack from 20 feet.
Yeah.
Number 12 at Westbrook.
I might have 5-jack, too. So point-wise, I would think I could be close to cashing.
You are cashing.
Look at that!
Cashing $8, 152.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go to Junior's lineup.
And I did say, Jay, when you picked your lineup and you were bitching about it, I said, it's not that bad of a lineup.
Well, he left 7,400 on the table.
Yeah. 74.
So I don't think this roster is in danger of being duplicated. What do we have here, Jackson? The Munganass Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown.
Let's start it off. I'll start bottom to top. Charlie Hoffman.
Charlie Hoffman had a rough weekend in Scottsdale, had a little Instagram issue, but he responded with a nice performance yesterday.
4 under, tied for 6th.
That was a big surprise. I wonder what his ownership percentage is.
1.2 on this game.
Wow. That would have been a nice little zig to the zag.
Brandel Champley probably had him on his team.
Want to talk about 2 other guys, low percentage? We got Russell Knox, 3 under, 0.8% owned.
He likes playing in the Hawk. Jennings, what a shrewd Scottish play.
My Scots went big for me.
Now look at this. Martin Laird, 1.9% owned, 3 under.
I thought
it was 4.
You have like a 4% ownership total through the first half of your roster.
Well, you heard the names
I
when it came
know.
out.
It's unbelievable.
It ain't getting much higher because here comes Johnny Vegas, 1 under, 2.3% owned.
Wow.
Look at this.
Wow.
I mean, this is the sharpest lineup in the history of daily fantasy. You having a treat, bro?
Mini muffins.
Now we'll go to Seamus Power, 9.5% owned, 1 under. And then your leader in the Pacific Palisades, 8 under for Joaquin Neiman.
You are a boss,
Jennings, I mean...
What is my point total?
$190.5, cashing $23.
And what is Iggy's?
152.5.
Jennings.
This is a good game.
In my personal play, I'm tied with Angry at 152.5.
Wow, a mathematical phenomenon.
But I did just double ups this week.
And that's just a couple of moves. I mean, if Homa happens to take the lead and Neiman goes second, that's 30-point swing.
It's a quick.
Jay, I mean, holy crap! We're actually making about a 50% now, not 50%, about 20% return right now, and we don't have a roster better than 185 points. So your roster that you drew is currently the best of the whole thing, and you left $7,500 on the table.
Not on purpose.
No. But if it winds up, I mean, if those guys can all make the weekend,
it's huge.
You are going to have a situation.
Especially
I don't know if Neiman can run away on high.
I don't know that he can either.
Yeah.
I look for
one of the big boys. I mean, there's too many big boys in this thing for somebody not to go off.
He can win, but I don't think he's going to be just a cakewalk.
The one that I have that's best has JT, Scott, Neiman, Power, and Doc Redman. I was high on Doc Redman going into this. But I also have, he's 2 under, but I also have Matsuyama, who just didn't look right yesterday.
Did not look good.
And he's 18.7% out. Well, Jennings, this would be a big upset. Iggy is 4-2, but Iggy has a great roster. So
got a text last evening from Prod Joe about the team.
Really? What did Prod Joe have to say?
Prod Joe wanted to say...
Oh, he wants to
I'm sure he's pulling for your team. I can tell you that.
I think it was you got to be beating him, right? Where is it? JoJo. Your team has to be winning right now. You had Wok, right? I believe so. Your odds of winning after 4 rounds would be so small. But if you could find a way with that bad lineup, I'll use that term, this would be incredible.
You know he's picking out of a box, and we're just having fun with this. And you say I'm in your head. You're following a fantasy golf lineup.
No, he's supporting the sponsors.
Yeah, Munganass.
Here's my question.
Didn't mention Munganass in his text, did he?
Well,
I wasn't in the
text. Just assumed.
Here's my question for the day. If Jay's team wins, does that count for the record?
Yes, it does, for sure.
100%.
Of course it does.
Now, I'll say yes, it does. But when I beat Doug a few times when he was out, he said, those doesn't count. I didn't pick them.
Well, Munganass recognized those as victories for you.
Okay. Then I'll...
Well, also, it was like Tim or Raby picking, and they weren't picking out of a box. Jay picked out of a box this week.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It counts.
So those guys, Raby didn't pick out of a box. He just picked his team?
Yeah.
Okay.
If Doug wins by 1 this season, this would
be the one.
This one will come back on.
Smart.
Yeah, because different hands in that box make the biggest difference.
Clip that off.
Long way to go.
That off. Engineered Design Facilities is the sponsor of our text inbox. Put your hands in there. 314-881-TMA5. That's how you can text in. Engineered Design Facilities, the sponsor of the text inbox on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. 314-881-TMA5. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com, and they'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com. They are the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of the Morning After. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, tenant improvements and construction, security access monitoring services. It's EDF, Engineered Design Facilities, online at edf-rg.com. Coming up on our Captain's Log, Tara Savello in studio. She's Lady Gaga's former makeup artist, and she is in for our inaugural Foot Fetish Friday here at Hubbard Radio. What a great moment it'll be as the sales staff and air talent and producers and managers walk past our studio and take a peek.
Yep.
Hot foot play.
Yeah, right after this, the Vespa will come.
Look, somebody named Makeup or Mike Up or Mike P. Oh, just Mike P. Excited for Tara Savello. So they're starting to come in, Iggy. We're already at 361.
I think that's Mike Piazza.
I would assume it is. I didn't want to say that, but it looks like it's him.
He could be from the foot fetish community that I put up on that page.
Mike P with no face on his avatar. It's 100% a foot guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll start coming in. I don't know if I put 9 o'clock or if I just put join us. I think I put 9 o'clock Central Time.
And Mike Flanagan has done it again. I mean, he's just...
What's Flanzy done?
He has developed yet another shirt. I mean, this is a whole different process than what we were doing before, because the person who's, selling and handling the shop is creating shirts on the fly. And as a tribute to Iggy's wonderful 9 o'clock performances, he has created an Iggy's Got Talent T-shirt, Jennings. And
Really?
he did, and he just posted it on the fan page like at midnight. Iggy's Got Talent is and there's a variety of different colors for you to enjoy, as a tribute to Iggy's wonderful singing at 9 o'clock. Iggy's Got Talent. Some might say, here it is. Some might say it's a take on America's Got Talent, but our council has told us. That's something.
That's a good-looking shirt.
That's fire.
It's a good-looking shirt. I don't know about the Iggy's Got Talent.
Well, you do.
It's just kind of vague.
What's it like America's Got Talent?
I really don't.
But it's not just from a legal perspective.
Right.
All right.
Well, Thompson Cobra. Yeah.
Whatever Flanzy does is fine. He's a genius when it comes to that. So I just abide by whatever he does. Whatever he makes is gonna work. So
this guy knows what he's doing.
Maybe that's what my niece meant yesterday. She said, how do I buy the new merch?
Go to tmastlshop.com.
Well, I didn't know it. I said just if you go to our fan page and type in Mike Flanagan, you'll see a post where he put and she found it.
That does work. It's just a number of steps that are...
I'm starting to learn the easiest way to play is to get the TMA app.
Oh, the app baller.
Sure.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
TMA app.
It's even got the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports rosters
It
there.
does. Yes, it does.
That app does not play.
Yep.
I was sitting at Family Golf Center. You like that Family Golf Center?
I saw you batting it around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Had my son up there and was in there afterwards, of course, having chicken tenders and fries, because what else would a 4-year-old be eating?
Right.
After a session on the range.
That's what I eat.
Yeah.
Working on your move.
Come in here and run the board when the Plowhawk takes a vacation. And a gentleman was in there, listener to the program. And I said, hey, what you got to get on is the app. I mean, that's got everything.
Yeah.
Because you can go back and podcast not just today's show, but any show from years gone by. Plus, you can watch there. You can go to the Instagram from there, TMA_STL. What else does it have, Jackson? I mean, I feel like it's got everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just it's like a hub for everything.
Got a way to get to the shop.
YouTube shop, rosters, podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, it's got whatever, live polls. You can send us some feedback, send us a mic drop, send us a picture.
You can text into the show via the app.
I mean, if you're a big fan of the show and you don't have the app,
you're missing out.
You're fast asleep.
It's our virtual corporate headquarters.
Plowhawk.
Done, G Money.
Plowhawk.
Marketing.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Marketing. So check it out, tmstlshop.com. Iggy's Got Talent. And then...
I will sign those, too. If you
will sign them. Because now we have listener awards.
Yeah.
And it's an autographed TMASTL merch? Is that what it is, Jackson? And they have all these... I mean, with this operation here, the quality of concerts that come through, they have tickets for all the time.
I'm holding the reward in my hand right now. This cap. Yeah. What? Actually, Jennings, would you mind signing this cap?
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Jay, you have time for that?
I do.
Yeah, the cool thing here is that they have a clipboard with a sign-up sheet for all of the concerts that KSHE brings in. And as employees, you can put down if you want to go to the concert.
Oh, is that right?
And if there's tickets left over, they'll give you the tickets. So
that's weird.
Yeah, you can pretty much request any concert you want to go to. I know Dave Mason's coming. I think Jay and I are going to try to go see Dave Mason.
Absolutely.
Plowsy, you went to Manchester Orchestra on Wednesday?
Had a blast, yes.
Yeah. I think they still had those tickets out here yesterday. I was tempted to give them away for email today, even though the concert was on Wednesday.
Send them a Spicy Wiener along with his Florida tickets.
I still can't forget the story, and this was a real story, and I know a texter texted in and brings it back up, but the guy got his prize was Missouri-Florida football tickets. He got it, and the kickoff was in an hour. It was like 4
Just
hours.
an unfortunate set of circumstances.
It was so funny.
Well, Spicy Wiener won tickets, and he never got them. Still hasn't gotten them.
Raby just sent me, he wanted to do the design for the shirt you were raving about, and he just sent me this. It says pink and gray TMA, so if you want to use that.
Yeah, that's, I'll go a little bit better than that. I won't put mine on a paper bag.
What up, Chris?
He's got a new postcard today.
He does. What's the postcard about?
It's good. It's about it's about the pink and gray shirt.
Let's take a listen to it.
How can you do a postcard? I mentioned it once.
You
There can't be enough content.
It's a little
mentioned
one.
it a couple more than once.
All right, here we
Let's
go.
be honest.
Come on in. The water's warm. TMASTLshop.com and check it out. Hoodies and T-shirts available, and get on board with because this stuff kind of goes beyond TMA. It's not just TMA stuff. I like that Run TMA shirt. You get that for $15.
If people say your dreams are crazy,
I got to send Mike my design for polo shirts. See what he thinks.
He'll be on it.
It's nice. It's like I could be the next Tommy Hilfiger.
You think so? Jennings, you kind of get the sense that
if they laugh at you,
the Plowhawk can't even keep a straight face. Well, Mike is thinking about it. He's in the tank. He thinks his opponent has queen high.
if they don't take your dreams seriously,
I actually emailed Ralph Lauren, people, not Ralph Lauren personally.
if they don't believe what you say you're going to do,
Just contact the
I said I need more like stripes and dots. And
Yeah.
you just have-
good. Don't try to be the next Ralph Lauren or Tommy Hilfiger. Instead, pick someone at one of those giant corporations. Better yet,
You just have all solids. I mean, I want some designs. I love some stripes.
pick a customer service email address that almost certainly siphons your meandering and pointless garble into a pile of dreamers just like you.
I'll work on this.
Don't try to be like anyone, but be more vague,
I mean, if it's doable as far as price, it'll sell out. That's how good I think this design will be.
more ambiguous,
You're talking about for the TMA STL shop.
Yeah, and it would be like a free
completely
donut
rudderless.
shirt, but it'd be a golf shirt that
Golf
people
shirt.
would wear. It's not going to be some rag.
You're right.
It'll
It's gonna be a quality
nice
golf
looking
shirt.
Just
shirt.
keep saying things that don't mean anything, because eventually he'll figure it
It's
out.
going to be a quality shirt that I have an idea for.
Yeah. What's your price point for this thing? Because it is going to be so nice.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you pay for the shirt and what markup you want to make, I think it'd be worth it.
Don't picture yourself draped in anyone else's dream.
I mean,
this
hell,
is
I
going to
paid
be a
80 bucks
TMA
for
logo, or this is going to be a Dotem logo?
We can do whatever you want. I mean,
Well, no. What's your design?
well, I think if we did the Dotem, more people would buy it because it,
What's your design?
Or any other family's coat of arms.
well, my design is that
For you dream in but two colors,
I'll just tell you that there's pink and gray in it.
Nice. Okay. It's going to sell out, Jay.
pink and gray.
It's probably more gray than pink, but there is going to be
Don't settle for anything less than your dreams, your pink and your gray. Like a runaway freight car barreling down a mountainside, you ignore sign after sign, completely tone deaf, and when all else fails, like a sculptor stepping out of your studio, your hands muddy with clay, you'll survey the horizon, the sun in all its majesty bursting with pink and gray. You'll deliver the haymaker.
And shirts.
You can trade it out.
That's right. You can always trade it out. So don't ask if your dreams are crazy, because they are. They're completely stupid. There is zero chance that any of this have pink and gray.
It's the best one yet.
He's good.
It's not even close.
This guy is an audio wizard, Jennings.
That was the best one I've ever heard.
Thank you, Chris.
That was unbelievable.
Well, wait till the shirt comes out and we sell 300 of them.
I think we probably should wait till the spring.
The self-awareness part of it.
This is going to come out for the dotem.
Part of the spring line.
Just keep talking until you figure it out.
And if Mike doesn't like it, we won't do it at all. I'm just going to throw an idea out there.
Oh, my God, that was so good.
You need a postcard.
Well, he creates shirts and designs on demand. I mentioned to him there's a clamoring, Jennings, for the Doug Vaughn suspension T-shirt
to come back,
which you may recall from like 7 or 8 years ago, and there really wasn't anything special about it. It was on a white T-shirt.
Doug's picture, right?
Doug's picture.
Yep,
and so you've been suspended. You have one, Jackson?
Yeah,
you were in
Doug
high
signed
school wearing it at Ladue. How'd that play at Ladue?
The ladies knew.
I have a feeling
that they did.
And he has created a Doug Vaughn suspension T-shirt.
Wow.
And updated.
It's awesome.
And then this Iggy's Got Talent thing, just out of nowhere, like at 7 o'clock last night, he texted me and Jackson said, "Hey, I got a new one based on Iggy's 9 o'clock hour singing." And
well, the beauty of it
so
is,
he's just so if you got an idea
with his screen printing situation,
and Kim,
and Kim, let's not forget her.
Kim's doing most of the work.
I mean, he can create anything at any time. He's got his own screen printer.
With mine, it's different. It's not a T-shirt. It's going to be a nice golf shirt.
No, we talked about the
and
embroidery.
it's probably going to need some embroidering.
Right.
And it's going to be a quality shirt, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. I just think the gray and the pink would pop. I think it would, Raby.
And how you say the two colors together? Which would there be a dominant color of?
It's a good question.
I think the gray would be more dominant with the pink.
Jennings, doesn't John Rahm wear gray and pink on Sundays?
I don't know if he wears it every Sunday, but he does wear it quite a bit.
Looks good on him too, doesn't it?
Well, he usually does. He's a good-looking fella.
I'll figure it out. I don't know if I want to go in kind of like a lightning bolt type pink into the gray,
or the Dan Marshall thing.
Or I want to do a lot of lines going through the gray and almost crisscrossing to a check.
I'm looking forward to it. I know that we may carry it at Sully. If Mike can ship me some.
I'll figure it out.
Are you going to talk to Mike about making it, or are you going to design it yourself?
Raby already designed it. I showed you.
No, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to send him a picture of what I think it should look like. As I said, I have a friend of mine who is an artist, and I'll give her the idea, let her draw the shirt, and we'll do different colors to see what works. And once we come up with one that I like, then I'll send that to Mike and say, is it doable?
Draw it like Photoshop?
Nicely done.
Well, I mean, she'll draw it on a piece of construction paper or artist paper, whatever they call it.
Nice.
And I'll take a picture of it and send it. I mean, I'm not sending him the whole shirt. I'm just going to send him a design of what I want it to look like.
I thought it was digitally designed.
No, I'll just have her draw it. This is what I want it to look like, and send him a picture and say, what do you think? I just think the gray and the pink would pop. Well, I do.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So am I. I'll get to it eventually.
I am posting the Chris Raby design shirt.
My niece could do a better job than that. She's 6.
Well, have you seen the
he's got a lot of things he's dealing with, the blues right
It looks like he put it on a grocery bag.
I think it took him about 12 seconds.
Well, it did. So I don't know why we're excited about it.
The effort he gave.
Well, mine will be more effort than that. I don't know what you're making fun of me. I haven't even done the design yet.
You're going to get a gal to do it.
Yeah, but I'm going to sit there with her and tell her what I want it to look like, and then she'll just do it until we like it.
There actually is some equity in just making sure it says pink and gray TMA.
Yeah.
On top of the shirt that you're going to make, Eggs. But
well, look, this is
maybe on the sleeve.
We have 2 people at Hubbard now. They have their own line of clothing, the Learn line and an Iggy line.
Well, the Iggy line, I guess we do. You have the Iggy for Mayor. You have the Iggy has got.
Oh, he's got a line.
You got a Pepper and Genie shirt. They're all.
Well, everybody has a line. Everybody has shirts that have something to do with them.
This is the morning after.
That's right. You've called the wrong place, sir.
Foot community's calling.
This is the foot community calling to talk to Tara. 100% know that.
This is the morning after.
It was a reset. Barrett had to be thrilled. What was going on there, Jackson?
So I pick up the telephone and I say, the morning after. And the guy goes, is this the point? And I said, no, it's the morning after. And he said, oh, and then hangs up.
Perfect.
We need the foot community to know our number, I think.
No.
See, that's another reason. People confuse our number with the points number often.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Is it even close?
I don't think it's I think they just go to the wrong website, maybe. I don't know how it works. But I know I've gotten a handful, if not upwards of 15 calls asking, is this the point? And then disappointed when I tell them that this is
not the point.
This is the HD2 variety show.
Hey, you should have said, yeah, Moon here. What can I do for you?
The HD2 variety show. We're going to rename the show.
The variety show doesn't sound very enticing to probably people who haven't listened.
But the HD2
Oh, that's a panty dropper.
I should have told them, hey, we got Foot Fetish Friday coming up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
stick around.
Tell a friend.
You want to see feet?
Tell your wife.
Oh, definitely tell the wife.
God, is it hot in here? I'm sweating.
Jackson's losing it back there, Jennings.
I'm sweating. I watched that damn Blues game last night, and everything's gone sideways.
And he said he would have rather watched paint dry, and he'll say that at 10:01 on 101 ESPN, and all hell's going to break.
Yeah,
Not going to be a good day for
Jackson. Like 4 years ago, I picked the Blackhawks to beat the Blues in the
Hence the name, the
my
Plowhawk.
nickname changed. So you got to be careful. You got to.
Oh, trust me.
Cross that line.
First day of my show.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, look, if there were more goals scored in the final minute than there were in the entire 59 minutes prior to that.
Right.
There was no action going on.
Meanwhile, the top two candidates for MVP were playing each other in Milwaukee, and I didn't get a chance to watch.
And just for the listeners' benefit, and certainly mine, who would those people be?
Joel Embiid and Giannis.
Okay.
So, Jennings, you didn't get a chance to watch the Bucks and Sixers.
Missed the Bucks and the Sixers.
Well, Jay, in such a guard-heavy league, isn't it interesting that the top three MVP candidates are all over 7 feet tall?
Yeah, but they all can handle the ball.
Exactly. Guard skills, baby.
I like Joel Embiid for MVP, but that's just me.
He's the sexy pick.
So, Tim, I'm looking. Deke just sent a message.
What
via
happened?
the app. He got two very legendary shirts. He got the.
Oh, my God.
He does that.
Oh, I can go to my email here and see.
Yeah, those are two heavy hitters.
Yeah.
In the shirt community when you talk about our show.
Absolutely.
This Dotem.
So Larry
Did we ever find out if Dotem can come in Wednesday night? Deke, see if you can come in Wednesday and bring Emily.
Oh, and he got the Doug Vaughn shirt, suspension shirt. He said he's putting in the safety deposit box.
Wow,
Good move.
Wow. Now, I only see that in his
There's
message.
one right before that.
With Nixie.
With the BSN
okay.
media and then
wow.
Nixie. Those two are just perfect.
Iconic Nixie photo.
Yeah, that one with the... What is that, James Dean out of downtown?
Jimmy Dean, yep, right on Washington Avenue in front of Lucas Park, as a matter of fact. He had just gotten done recording yet another Ask Larry Nickel.
And you see he's so confident that, like, that was the one. That
the ladies were stopping and saying, what's doing, Larry? Yeah, it was a very big...
I don't think I have any shirts. I have a few hats.
TMA
Barrett
stuff?
Sports Media?
Yeah, I have a few hats, TMA and the Dogs and some other ones.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I got the Potter Varley.
Right, Jackson, I got nothing.
I got the...
Mike says it's coming in.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot
There's
of
a
good
tracking number and everything. Jackson, when is it getting here?
Saturday.
Saturday, Jennings.
So that's tomorrow.
You feel like that's convenient because your 6 shows, today is your last show
Right.
before Doug returns.
I'll be in Sullivan. Back in the witness protection program.
No, you can track it. I can't track my Nike slippers. It was...
Can you track your patio
It
furniture?
says you can track it. It said it showed up in New Jersey.
Your patio furniture, did it?
Waiting on my Nike slippers. Ordered those on February 4th.
Where did you order those from?
Etsy.
Nice.
That's right.
Hey, I like Etsy.
But it says your package has arrived in New Jersey, waiting for a label. It's been waiting for a label for 7 days. My
Well,
patio
stamps.
furniture, I don't know. The socks will come probably in 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's what I'll get, a pair of socks. And then I'll have to go through PayPal to try and get my money back.
Sorry about that.
I wish the furniture would come. Then I could put them on fan page. All the people on the fan page. You're screwed. They're going to use your card.
You recorded Jackson interviewed you before the show about the Strodecast, and people were critical of the Strodecast, but I felt like you delivered on the Strodecast.
I thought he was dead on.
I mean, do we have anything from yesterday where I said what I said?
Plowhawk, do we have?
I have the Strodecast was right yet again. I'm not sure
That's
if
it, I
that's... Okay.
I think that's just what I said yesterday.
I think Jackson...
And he's so exasperated as he's doing this interview.
I think around noonish.
It's like asking Lance Lynn for a post-game.
It's going to fall below 32, so you're going to start getting that little freezing drizzle. And then it'll let up, I think, around 4 or 5, and then a little bit in the evening. And you may get a dusting. I'm not even sure it's going to turn into snow. We may just get that light freezing rain, and then it's going to stop. So I'm not sure we're going to get any snow at all. If we do, you barely tell. It'll hit the ground and melt anyway. So, yeah, just be careful early afternoon, and then going home tonight is going to be probably a little slick, but then it'll end tonight, and then tomorrow it'll be cold and sunny.
Oh, I mean, I feel like he nailed it.
Hey, what did I miss there?
Yeah, that was...
What did I miss for you people to go on the fan page and say, missed another one. Why don't you just give up? What did I miss?
Jay?
I think I nailed it.
I thought you definitely nailed it, Ken.
I mean, I even came close to the temperature. You know, your apps are saying 4 degrees tomorrow. I said, it might be 10. It's not going to be single digit. It was 13 this morning. So I can't even get the temperature right. I'm closer on the temperature than them.
Up to 15.
Yeah, so I don't really know what you were bitching about yesterday. I mean, when you post pictures from Podunk, Missouri, look, we got ice. I mean, I can't reach that far. You live someplace where the weather is totally different than this area. Why do you care so much about my life? So anyway, I don't know. They were going banty on there. I missed another one. This thing sucks. It's run its course. How can they do it? If we talk weather 5 minutes out of 160 minutes of content, and you bitch about it, you know, go make your 9 pieces of toast with butter and jelly for that 5 minutes.
Right there?
Well, they're eating a lot of toast.
Huh.
That's how you get to be a walrus. You don't hear many guys named Justin back in the days of Christ.
I don't know why, but I just wanted to pull that one out. We haven't pulled that one out yet.
You don't really.
You don't really. There's no Justins back then.
Oh, man. I don't know why you
Gertrude's,
Abraham's, Moses.
Yeah, Mary's, not a lot of Justins. So anyway, I know you guys just have fun with it, and I have fun with it, but I'm correct 99% of the time.
The Dutchtown Juggalo is in the YouTube chat and says, to be fair, I can see snow on the ground. Otherwise, yeah, you got it.
You don't see any snow on the ground.
That dusting aspect you talked about.
Yeah, and that's mostly still the ice. I mean, it didn't snow for 30 minutes, and it was a blowing.
It definitely iced.
So, you know, if anybody finds accumulation of snow, let me know, because there is none.
Oh, no, don't open that.
They'll be coming through now.
Well, again, Podunk, Missouri, out there in the boot heel.
Take it easy.
Doesn't count.
It doesn't.
You get weather that nobody else gets.
Well, they disagree.
Yeah, sure they do. Well, you just heard it.
I think about the snow accumulation.
You can see Iggy's pre-show interview with Jackson.
I think I cussed in there. We can't use it here.
on the Instagram, TMA_STL. The Strodecast seemed to be close enough yesterday, but can we look at Tuesday when he claimed it wouldn't get to 60, claimed it only got to 59 when the National Weather Service official St. Louis temperature was 64 degrees. That's from Beercats.
No, that was Wednesday. Wednesday it was 65 degrees, and Tuesday was 59 degrees. So, yeah, I don't know where your thermometer.
He tracks it pretty closely.
Yeah, your thermometer outside the Angry Beaver does not work.
Brian Henshin is monitoring, and he says, I have accumulation out here, Tim. And he writes for the Indianapolis Star.
Yeah, well, again, was that 217 area code?
Brian Henshin.
And got Cricket Wireless.
317.
He's 314, actually.
Well, that's his phone number. He doesn't live there. Jabab. And anyway, I don't know what to tell you. You just heard what I said yesterday.
Iggy, the 8 is tonight for the low. Also, you were late on your timing, is what they said. They are morons. F them. That's from the Holly Hills Hustler.
Late on the timing. Well, I said
midday.
Yeah, that's when it pretty much started, and that's when they were sending people home because we don't want you driving home in rush hour. And I said it's going to get on your way home. It's going to get slick, and it was. And you got up this morning, and what was it? 10 degrees, 12 degrees, sunny. My God, I don't know how much more I can nail.
But 30 minutes ago, you guys were chatting about iced tea.
No, ice, not iced tea. Anyway, I'll continue as long as people want me to do the forecast, I'll do it. And
it's so helpful.
If that 5 minutes bothers you, again, go find something else to do with that 5 minutes and come back, and we'll be done.
You told them to make toast.
Yeah. We'll make toast.
20 push-ups and sit-ups.
That's what producer Joe used to do. That was his thing. He'd do push-ups in the commercial breaks.
I mean, you probably just go to the bathroom.
We had one intern who used to just piss in a grate next to the toilet.
That was right before the push-up guy.
Lift the gut, take a piss.
Right after.
It's a colorful roster of interns. Evil David Letterman. Evil David Letterman was one doing push-ups?
No, I was talking about the timeline. It was Evil David Letterman, then the Piss Great guy, and then it was the guy that stood by me. It stood by me and Seymour the entire time instead of sitting, and then did push-ups like for 20 minutes.
So like unannounced would just start cranking out.
That was at 9:20.
Yeah. It was, and that production booth was really small.
It was tiny.
Especially with me and Seymour already in there, just crank out push-ups.
Prod Joe used to do that.
Super awkward. You could tell he was just phoning it in, getting the credit.
You remember that? Prod Joe used to do push-ups in the studio for some reason.
I'll do some yoga back here.
Do you really? What do you do? Downward dog?
Yeah, I'll do like a couple stretches.
Could you lay down in there? I don't even know if you could.
Tight quarters.
You gotta move.
Yeah,
the
I could
chair.
lay down in here. I wouldn't be
comfortable.
Yeah, I wouldn't. And the floor's a little hard for my liking, but
wow, so Ledoux.
Yeah,
I need a mat made by Louis Vuitton.
Floor's a little hard for my liking. I would like to thank Ryan Kelly for his title sponsorship. He's online at thehomeloanexpert.com, and interest rates are going up. So if you have not refinanced yet, do it ASAP. How quickly is ASAP? Well, you can get it going today by going to thehomeloanexpert.com and working with the best in the business. I have refinanced with Ryan Kelly, and I've also been pre-approved with the Home Loan Expert, and it takes literally no time to get something so substantial done. You would think, oh, this is going to be a months-long process. That is not the way that it works. They move quickly, they move efficiently, and they will take great care of you. I can speak firsthand because I've done both with the Home Loan Expert. The title sponsor of this show for a decade, the best in the business. I'm a client, Ryan Kelly, the Home Loan Expert. Coming up on our Captain's Log as we close out the Munganess 7 o'clock hour, our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour will feature the drops of the week presented by The Post. And then in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the week, and Foot Fetish Friday with Lady Gaga's makeup artist, Tara Savello, in studio. Jennings, you have to be ready to go today.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this is big because it's new for this joint.
Yep.
So I think it'll be great. It's our first live YouTube
Yeah.
one.
And will we get to 1,000 simultaneous viewers on the we're at 360 right now. 360.
That's early.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend to watch.
Tell a friend in the foot community.
Yep.
Post it on WikiFeet and see if that can bring some people.
I don't think you can post on Wiki.
Maybe we can get Tara, I'm sorry. Maybe we get Tara to text Lady Gaga and say, Gaga, can you tweet out that I'm going to be on showing my feet?
Right.
We'd break the internet if that happened.
I'd rather just text Gaga and have her talk to you.
No, maybe we ask, hey,
I could see that happen.
Would you feel bad if you just text Gaga and say, hey, I'm on this radio show, you want to call in?
So they're not sideways. It became a travel thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe she can text us.
They're fine. I don't know how often they keep in touch with each other, but they're still friends.
Well, I mean, if there's a time to reach out, it's when you're doing Foot Fetish Friday.
Sure.
And she said, you know me, I know that she signed a letter that, we can't divulge things that went on during
disclosure.
Yeah, disclosure. Correct. But she said, you can ask me what you want. If I can talk about it, I will. If I can't, I'll say I can't talk about it.
I'm almost looking more forward to the interview that you're going to do with her than my touching her feet.
Well, hopefully we're all going to do an interview because we already had her on before.
Oh, okay.
Over the phone, never in studio. Yeah, so... you guys can ask her whatever you want.
You don't think she'll have
I said
handlers?
I said, Tim will ask you if you've been with a woman.
I will. It's my go-to.
Yeah,
it's what the people want.
What do you think?
If Tone Loc shows up, you do Wild Thing. They probably do it a few times.
Or get that funky cold Medina.
That's correct. That's all I got.
Do you think she's been with a gal, Ken?
I don't know. I never asked her.
Okay.
It's not the answer, though. The answer you don't have an I don't know. You have yes or no.
Do you think?
I would say yes.
Yeah, that's where my action is, too.
Because I know Lady Gaga.
And I think there's a good chance she actually addressed this when she was on, so we can find out the answer.
Yeah, I know
but
Lady
that would be a
Gaga's-
whole thing to do.
Lady Gaga's been with women, so...
I think it's in the best of rotation.
TMA all day, Jennings.
Yep.
And that's just Lady Gaga said she's been with women. I think I don't want Lady Starlight for a period of time.
You don't repop, do you?
I think you probably go ahead and repop.
Nice.
Did you say Lady Starlight?
Lady Starlight was... They were like running buddies back in the day before she became famous.
Like going out buddies, not jogging buddies.
Yeah, they did music together. Before she really hit it with their first album, they did stuff together, and they actually, I think they go danced in a club,
That's hot.
like just in bikinis.
Lady Starlight.
And then, I think her first 3 tours, when she became big, Lady Starlight was her opening act. She's more performance artist. Lady Starlight plays music and kind of dances around.
I hope the YouTube.
They're going to create a GIF out of that one.
If you're not in the YouTube to watch that move.
Yeah, whatever that kind of dances where you move around like that. I met her. I met her when I met Gaga.
Snowfall coming down.
It's like a tsunami going through the studio.
What's that?
I thought Tim was ready to take a break, and I just hijacked. Sorry.
That's right.
What's up?
Quarterback of Colorado, defensive back in the NFL, and here he is having the time of his life.
Sergio, baby.
2 inches in Wentzville, 6 degrees this morning. Wrong, sweet little wrong. Thanks, that's from Rocchio's Guma.
Well, again, I mean, I don't know what app you're looking at or what temperature you're looking at.
City's in Wentzville.
Yeah, well.
Take it up with the rock.
Take it up with Wentzville. There's not 2 inches of snow anywhere in this city.
But Wentzville's not the city.
Yeah, Wentzville's not the city. It's the county.
Outlying areas.
It's outlying area. The area code is what? 636?
Wentzville's like an hour away from the city.
I think it's still 636, though. But you're out there again. That's what I'm talking, podunk areas. Way out
there. Boy. Jackson attacks the 618 on 101. Iggy's now attacking the 636
No, Wentzville's a nice city. But it's nowhere near here.
But it's podunk.
Yeah, it's podunk. Nowhere near here.
Guys, I love how Boots continues his delirious ramblings despite you all moving on to different topics of conversation.
It was a text about the weather, dumbass.
We were 6 minutes ago from taking a break.
Somebody texted in about the weather. I just answered it.
You don't repop, do you?
I think you probably go ahead and repop.
I'll repop the hell out of it.
You can text in 314-881-8625. Biff is going to call in today to talk about losing $12,000 on the Blues last night to the L'Habitat. 636-9004-TMA. Email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Work with the great Seth Goldcamp and Design Air Heating and Cooling. They're online at DesignAirService.com. With temperatures as low as they are today, if your furnace is out, you need somebody to tend to it ASAP, and that is where Design Air Heating and Cooling and their service techs come into play. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. You click on Book Now, and they will take care of you. Stat Design Air Service Heating and Cooling. Go online at DesignAirService.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the sponsor of our email of the day, the Morning After at InsideSTL.com. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like a steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
At HeroLoan.com, we always keep it 100. You can buy a home with 100% financing. That means no money down. You can cash out refinance up to 100% of your home's appraised value. More money for you. And our rates are always 100 times better. If you're VA eligible, get the loan that you've earned and keep it 100 at HeroLoan.com. The only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000.
Dear Deidre, Doug, you ever read Dear?
No, I don't.
So this is new to you.
Yes, this will be new.
While browsing a porn site one evening, I got more than I'd bargained for. A film of my girlfriend dressed up as a nurse and getting stuck in a sex romp, if that's what you'd call it, with two guys. I'm 26, and I've been with my girlfriend for 6 months. She's 25, and she admitted to me early on that there was a time when she went, quote, a bit wild. She said she had had a fair few flings. She said she had had a fair few flings with a few dodgy guys.
Little cumbersome, Tim. A little cumbersome on the.
I feel like right there is where my near graduation from the University of Missouri Journalism School finally paid off. Right there, that sentence. Because if you don't go to journalism school, you can't read that sentence. She said she had a fair few flings with a few dodgy guys.
I don't care for the sentence at all.
Sean Mahoney's Deadeye is sending mail into Deidre.
Dear Deidre, I said that was fine, and I meant it, as I didn't feel threatened by stuff in the past. She's the most gorgeous girl, and I feel very proud when she is out with me holding my hand. My only complaint is that our sex life is a little bit vanilla and bland. I've done my best to spice things up with different positions. That is creative. I bought her a set of sexy lingerie for her birthday, sinful red with stockings and suspenders. Suspenders.
Okay.
Hold on, let me turn and look at Pete. Like, what are you doing?
Pete, why do you send these links?
What's wrong with you?
So much to talk about in the world.
Character flaw.
Sinful red with stockings and suspenders, the works. I thought she would love it, but let's just say I was wrong. So we got over that, and we're doing okay. Then she was out with her workmates one evening, and that's when I logged on and saw her online having sex with two men.
Where would you log on to that? What website shows wives and strangers hooked up after an office party?
Well, you would know better than anything.
Yeah, I would, and I don't know of any.
Is it possible, Iggy, that the whole thing is made up?
I think you're right.
Oh! This is Dear Deidre I'm reading.
Yeah, she's making it up.
I just wonder, is there a segment of these bloggers that have Pete's email and send him like, hey, you don't have to write for anything legitimate. You can make up your material, and this guy will have his radio show read it.
Right, as though it's news.
I'm kind of anxious to see how this concludes.
Yeah, boy.
So we got over that.
And is this Deidre Hall who was on soap operas?
Yeah, it's Marlena, correct?
Straight to the web she's been on.
She has not changed in 35 years. She looks exactly the same as she did.
And now she's
Even
writing
though she was possessed, you would think you would age if you were possessed.
She doesn't age. It's unbelievable.
So we got over that. We're doing okay. Then she was out with her workmates one evening, and that's when I logged on and saw her online. I asked her about it the next day, and I thought she would try to deny it. Instead, she admitted at once it was her. It was with one of those weird guys she knew in the past, and a guy who she had never set eyes on before. Like I said, the past is the past. But what shocked me the most is that she would do all of that adventurous stuff with some bloke.
Bloke.
Yeah, the problem with the use of
Must be an English guy.
Yeah.
It's a UK article.
With some bloke she had only just met. But she never does anything kinky with me. My girlfriend explained that she has changed since back then. She never does anything now that she doesn't feel totally comfortable with. Not for anyone's sake. I love her to bits.
Okay.
And respect what she says, but it still makes me feel second best. It's shaken my faith in our love, and I'm desperate to fix it somehow.
Well, then send a letter to Deidre. That'll fix it. It's fake, Pete.
How much longer is the article?
You know, you're a broker.
Well, now I got Deidre's response. Don't you want to hear the solution?
How did he sign that? Alcoholic from Belleville? Did he sign a name?
There's no signature. I'm just reading what in the prompter. Now, Deidre's responded by saying that fix will have to come from you and changing the way you think. Your girlfriend has been very honest with you, and she seems like a girl you can trust. The past is the past, and I would say that she went through a difficult time. Yes, she made some mistakes back then, but they made her who she is today.
A whore.
Made her the girl that you love. Forget about sex toys and raunchy underwear for now. It's early days yet. What does that mean? It's early days yet.
I don't know.
It's just dumb. They ran out of concentration on this, and they were just wrapping her up.
It's early days yet. So focus on showing acceptance of her and on showing your love. My e-leaflet, How to Thrill a Woman in Bed, will help you to have her have fun.
Deidre's got a pamphlet?
Yep. E-leaflet.
Everybody's got a pamphlet these days.
So for our listeners who discovered their wives online.
There's a few of them.
Hopefully this article resonated with you.
No, it didn't. It resonated with no one.
No.
Doug, did it resonate with you?
No.
No. It resonated with Pete, and that's it.
Right.
I don't like the advice. Sounds like a girl you can trust. She just banged 2 dudes behind his back.
Well, now, in fairness, if a gentleman were to have an FM, which is the less popular, would that make that gentleman less trustworthy?
If he did it behind his wife's back, yeah.
But I believe she did this in their previous relationship, according to the fictitious letter that
I wasn't
to
listening to all of it.
Deidre.
No, I had trouble listening to.
I tuned some of it out.
Now Pete has to come in and
you
tell.
can talk in the mic. Well, I couldn't hear you. Okay.
So you could talk about it right, is what Pete said.
Well, I said I wasn't paying attention.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
We would never make it. St. Louis Blues ain't here to fake. Blues ain't it. Real deal. Now it's time to take
remix. It's a remix.
Sharpen up the blades. Blood, sweat, and tears.
It's like I'm rolling
over
balls
decades.
at the
Went
wind
from
right
last
now.
place in the whole league to the best in the West. I'm the dig deep. It's game time. Let's light 'em up. Boston Bruins ain't backing up. Media says watch out for Rask. Bennington is up for the task. Load your players with Gloria. I can feel a sense of euphoria. One more round. That's what's up. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup. One more round, that's what's up. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup. 49 years in the making. Stanley Cup is ours for the taking. We got this, you can't stop this. From the bottom to the top, we drop this. Tarasenko, Braden Sheen, Petrangelo. These boys are mean. Thomas setting up the back end scene. Running the ice so fresh, so clean. Sharpen up the blades, blood, sweat, and tears over decades. Went from last place in the whole league to the best in the West on the dig deep. Boston Bruins versus St. Louis Blues, 1970 rematch feud. Stanley Cup Finals going down. Come on, Jay, like that? Pound for pound, load your players with Gloria. I can feel a sense of euphoria. One more round, that's what's up. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup. Boom.
Let's get you fired up. Well, it's hockey night in Canada tomorrow as the Blues take on the Leafs on the heels of a disappointing evening in Montreal. But let's head on over to Ontario and see if we can right the ship. Joining us right now, a man who lost $12,000 on the affair, Biff, with 2 Fs.
Morning, Biff.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
What's the word?
Well, that was a bummer game last night, wasn't it, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed. Jackson was bored. He's going to share that with the 101 ESPN audience in about an hour and a half and see how it plays. But you had $12,000 on it.
Well, yeah, it was what you'd call a lock, except for that last 8 seconds where they scored that goal with 8 seconds to go, right?
Yeah, that smarted, didn't it? That hurt a little.
Wide's got you.
Yeah.
So what you had? You had $12,000. You had $12,000 on the Blues, or did you bet $12,000 and then you had to pay like $30 because it was minus $265?
Yeah, just lost the 12. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But that's okay. I'm up on hockey overall this year.
So you're fine with losing $12,000. This isn't going to impact you.
No, I'm up on hockey this year.
How much are you up, baby? How much are you up?
Oh, overall for the year? Yeah. Oh, several thousand, but it was a lot better until last night. Yeah.
I would think last night might have put a dent in it.
Did you read the record of Montreal before last night?
I was aware they were an 8-win team who had won 1 game since Christmas.
Really?
That's correct.
Yeah, and Ville Husso is what has the best save percentage in all of hockey.
I was legitimately.
I heard you talking about.
I was surprised that they were going with him in net. I thought it was just a time to get Bennington,
give him a chance
especially against that operation. But they went with Husso, and that really wasn't his fault last night. They weren't locked in. They just weren't committed.
Trap game.
That was a trap game, Jackson says. He's going to be on with Don Cherry later on.
Grapes.
I do forget, they actually played in the Stanley Cup final last year.
I know.
I believe it.
And former Blue, were you ever around Mark Bergevin? Jennings?
Yep.
There's a character. He was the GM. He got whacked in November, and they fired their coach like a week or two ago. And Martin Saint-Louis is now the head coach, former Ning. Yeah, so they've been cleaning house there. It's a disaster, and yet they got the note last night. And it's not like the note is like an automatic pass to the playoffs. I mean, it's certainly likely, but it's not.
Where are they overall in the West?
I mean, it's tight in the division. They're at 64 points. Am I right on that? If I'm not mistaken.
Jackson, you're following.
I know Jackson monitored.
I don't like the point system.
62 points. Now Jackson's not happy with the point system. My God, 62 points.
What bothers you about the points?
Wins, losses. Why do we need to jumble it all up?
Oh my God! Well, if they tie, you gotta do something, don't you? Or do you just nothing?
Why? If you win or you lose.
What do you mean? If you tie, what's the question now?
Biff can't hear me, so this is moot.
Where are you going with this, Jay?
Well, no, if the two teams tie,
yeah,
they get something, don't they?
Well, nobody ties anymore. It goes to a shootout. You get the 1 point.
Yeah.
You get the 1 point for the overtime loss. Right, that's correct. So the Blues got a point last night.
What I meant.
Which to me is silly.
Yeah, they did get a point last night, but that don't help you in gambling, does it, Tim?
It does not. I imagine. Where'd you place this wager? Over across the river?
Well, I'm working out of town. I'm up in Kansas City, so I got a bookie that I text.
Oh, and your guy takes $12,000 bets?
They'll take whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I hope you're making sure you make your payments.
Tell them that deal you got, Biff. You don't have to pay until you both reach a certain amount, right?
Yeah, right.
What's the number?
Yeah. Well, normally we don't see each other unless we get to 7,500, but obviously I went over that. So, yeah. But that was a bummer. I thought for sure when Butch Davis scored that goal, and there was Tim, about like 30 seconds left to go, and he scored that goal to put him up 2-1 or 20 seconds left.
I thought it was like a minute 50.
Minute 19.
Attaboy, Jay.
Was it?
Jackson's just Jennings. I mean,
he's locked in.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to have it's
even though he doesn't like it, he's locked in.
Right, that's correct. And it was a hell of a goal too. It was a video game
goal though.
Yeah, and I thought, okay, it's golden. I mean, they weren't able to do anything offensively against the Blues. You're thinking, okay, they dodged the bullet, they get the win, they got the 2 points. Play a better game on Saturday night, and we'll see what happens. And then that, that's a rough one. That's a legitimately. I can't imagine there is a worse loss on the Blues schedule in 2021-2022, and that includes the debacle against the Devils a week beforehand.
I would say, Tim, with that goal at 8 seconds for the Blues to not win, that's probably my worst. It is my worst gambling loss ever. And I made thousands of bets.
I hate to hear that. Because when you're coming off a bad beat, it can tilt you. But it doesn't sound like you're that bothered by it.
No, I'm still up for the year on hockey. So
you got to walk up to this guy and hand him $12,000. Will it be like in a suitcase? How will this go down? Will this be like by a bridge somewhere, under a bridge in Kansas City?
McDonald's on Hampton.
Well, that seems like a long drive for both people in Kansas City.
That's right. Let everybody show up there and wait till you come in and get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty busy. You won't get mugged.
You might want to move to the chair.
How's the weather up here? We got snowed in yesterday. There's like a foot of snow up here in Kansas City. The roads were horrendous.
Iggy called that.
Yeah, I don't do forecasts for Kansas City. Sorry.
It's pretty bad up here. I had to drive around an hour last night to find somewhere to get something to eat and then come back to the motel. There's tractor trailers off all over the highways. It's really bad up here.
Just use Uber Eats.
There are Hooters?
Yeah, there ain't no Ubers driving in this stuff.
Ubers and Hooters. That's another T-shirt for Mike Flanagan.
I think that would be a great T-shirt, actually. Make it burnt orange.
Biff, any lesbianism in Kansas City?
What'd you say, Powerboy? What's her T-shirt?
Oh,
is there a satellite delay?
This is just a pass-along comment. I doubt the shirt it's made. Uber and Hooters.
Uber and Hooters.
There you go. Now he gets it.
Now get to Tim's question.
Any lesbianism in Kansas City?
Lesbianism.
That's right.
Well, I'm staying across the street from a Hooters, and I was going there in the evenings, but they closed down yesterday because of the weather, so that was a bummer. Yeah, lesbianism. That's the report I heard from the locals. Yes.
What? Just out of
Faith,
conversation.
character, core values, and team first.
By the
Those
way-
would be the 4 pillars.
By the way, you, Biff, nice to meet you. We have some lesbianism going on here. How did that conversation start? From the locals.
Well, there's a Twin Peaks right down the way from here, too. We went there.
There's a nice area.
You at the Ritz?
Yeah, he must be at the Plaza. I said I saw it the last time you had texted me, Biff, before last night to let me know you were betting $12,000 on the Blues. Was with a lesbian yesterday. Also, Tim, you like my photography skills, and this was from October. Who is it? Are you still in touch with this last? Jennings, here, let me show you here on the phone.
Oh, yeah, feel free to share that photo. Yeah.
Oh, she got a 1099?
Oh, is that the former Hot Shots girl?
That's good material, Plow.
No, that's a different gal. Oh, yeah, I'm still in touch with her. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so do you engage with her, or do you just sit on the Davenport and watch her engage in what we call sapphos?
She likes boys and girls, so I don't know. What do you call that?
Bisexual, yeah. It's not that cutting edge.
She likes both. But she'll let you watch, but you can't participate. So what's that called?
Touching.
Is that a cock?
What is that?
That's called jerking.
Hooter fucking cars, La Quinta Ends, and cocks.
I think that's called a lesbian cuck when they perform.
I am all for that. I am all for that, and I've made it very clear. As I said, it was in our wedding vows.
Trust me, that's
there's nothing wrong with a lesbian cuck, is there? Where you get to watch?
It's not a cuck. That's what I call hot.
You can't find a cuck like that. Not for free.
I would call it whatever you want. As long as I can watch, right, Tim?
That's my credo, actually, Biff. I have that on a chain.
If I could watch Miley and whoever, yeah, I'd probably pay for that. Miley.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus.
That's her stage name, Miley, over at Hustler.
You doing a live read? I don't think this is on the log.
Wherever she is.
You don't repop, do you?
I think talking about Ken.
Yeah, she was at Hot
Biggie.
Shots. She was at Hot Shots, and then went to stripping.
Nobody can hear you outside of Jackson.
I know. It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Biff, we got the drops of the week, so I gotta go. But I'm sorry about the 12,000. You gonna try and get it back tomorrow night against the Leafs?
Yeah, I say jump right back on the wagon, Tim.
Yep, that's what you do. Yep.
Wow.
He's gonna win it tomorrow night. He's gonna win it. Although the Leafs are pretty good. Thank you, Biff. God bless. There it is, Biffin Show, making a return to a station near you.
To be able to lose 12 times
and be fine,
not even phased.
Yeah.
And
This
still
Biff.
drive around looking for a Hooters.
That's right.
Or a Twin Peaks.
Everyone's got to eat.
I'm just thinking about
I gotta
the
tell you, I don't mind Hooters food. I legitimately like the wings.
The
and
wings
they,
are fire.
And
French
they
fries things in the world, but they're awesome.
Are they? Why? Because they're breaded?
They're breaded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like death over death.
God, but they're good.
They're
You can get
damn
them
good.
You can get them sans breading. That's what I do.
Do you?
Is the Westport still open?
Oh, that's a good question. There was one in Columbia, right off of Highway 70,
Westport
that we would
one-
sometimes hit.
I stayed at the Red Roof Inn there.
Yep.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Well,
I had
I
a
was
couple
staying
of
with
sessions
Madison's dad, and he was showing his house, so I had 3 dogs in
At
this
the Red
Red
Roof?
Roof Inn. Yeah, no fridge or anything, no microwave. But yeah, I was right across from the Hooters.
Yeah.
So good locale.
Well, we always stay at the Hooters when we go for the AVNs. This is where Biff wants to stay. I said, why don't we stay at the Hard Rock? That's where the convention is. We can just stay. No, I want to stay at Hooters.
Or hate to think maybe an MGM property.
Yeah, which I could see from my window, but we were at Hooters.
We just got noticed that there's activity from the Philippines again in the YouTube chat.
Oh,
why are
take
we,
care.
Jennings? Why are we so big in the Philippines?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Janice says, "Hello, everyone. Thumbs up. Watching from Philippines." And then the boys immediately start.
Just go right to it.
Yeah, and when there's no the, you can tell it's a bot. Watching from Philippines. Like, you can tell right away.
Is
with the
Tara Savello big in the Philippines?
Or Gaga?
Yeah, Gaga probably.
feet are.
Feet and just in general after Imelda Marcos and all the shoes. I think that's the reason for it. We will have Tara Savello in studio here in a matter of moments. Coming up at 9 o'clock, our very first Foot Fetish Friday here in studio, Jennings and Lady Gaga's former makeup artist. How are we going to arrange the seating?
I'm trying to
Jackson's
make
kind of a director. He's the Mike Nichols
She
of
can
this.
sit here and I'll stand.
No, in the break, I'll set everything up.
Iggy sits where I'm at. She sits where Iggy is at, and I will stand cuck style behind a potted plant.
And
using a
Tara-
trash can.
and Tara
Oh, yeah,
is-
yeah,
Tara is here,
absolutely.
so-
I don't need
Oh,
to
is
be
that
on
right?
camera.
Okay, well, we're at 9 o'clock is when we're expecting to get 1,000 YouTube. We're at 360 right now, Jennings.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
Doug was
No,
here.
we got more than that.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
really? Is that right?
Yeah, we got 422.
423.
Okay,
Mine was
they're ready
outdated.
now.
I see it now. 423. 414. Something just happened, though. Okay, it's time for the drops of the week, and they are presented by the Post Sports Bar and Grill.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents Iggy's Drops of the Week.
It's okay to like yourself.
we should
I
all
mean,
like
you like yourself. You play with yourself. You like yourself.
I just think the gray and the pink would pop.
Oh, my God. There were some whores out, that's for sure.
I have so many irons in the fire.
How are you doing upstairs? Are you endowed?
Huh?
I would play with their hands.
What about Miss Wrinkled Sack?
Well, I might have misspoke.
Well, now they're not happy with Jackson as the poll is not functioning properly.
It isn't? What's the beef?
Hey, you dumbass!
I didn't realize how bad I am.
I love boobs.
Mind if I just watch you have sex?
Huh?
God, there's so many things Learn did.
She's special.
Hey, you said Kenny Stroh's got this fake cast he does. He said it was not going to be 60, man. What do you think about that?
What are you asking him for? He doesn't know me. Who's Casper?
Huh?
Oh, there's no question some are better than others. And we'll be the judge of yours.
Interviewed her, and she seemed enamored. There's only one person in this whole conglomerate of Hubbard that has their own line, and that is the Learn line.
I don't know that a lot of gals want a giant ass. What are you talking about? You're the girth guy.
We'll have a sex.
Huh?
But just so you know, I'm not joking.
Hi, Eggy.
I have a mild fondness for Prego.
Huh?
Sharing a boy martini? I don't know.
Guy could be the next Tommy Hilfiger.
I don't care.
But
I
you
don't care.
Can you hear me? Huh?
Thanks, ass. Get your shine box, Big Dallas Daddy, and bring your ass over here and shine my shoes.
Not beyond me to come do work. So I was too good of a producer.
Winter Golf Guy is as bad as it gets.
Just don't lip sync. Do it live like Lady Gaga did. I know, that stuff doesn't interest me.
I mean, I'm not necessarily the easiest cat to have come to your abode.
Well, me?
Oh, even far away, that's fine for Daddy.
Huh?
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by the Post.
Stay posted, my friends.
Really nicely done. Really nicely done, boys.
Cuts or drops?
Drops. And those were
Drops, totally different thing than the Burley cuts of the week. Those come up in an hour.
Flowsy's starting to find his niche. Throwing in that little same... Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of them that needed it. And I think the Prego one was definitely up there.
I do have to tell you, there are a couple of laughs, if you can find them, to throw at the end. The Dillian Harper laugh.
Yeah.
And the Spready laugh.
See, I wasn't
He
around
owes
when
us
the spread
$600 for money.
He's disappeared.
Hey, check it out. Brand new shirt from the great Mike Flanagan. TMSTLshop.com. It is now up. Iggy's Got Talent. This is not the pink and gray shirt that
everybody's talking about.
You need a while.
Chris Raby has designed it. I posted an image of Chris Raby's design, but Iggy says he's going to go a different direction with it. It's a pink and gray shirt. This is paying tribute to Iggy's vocals at 9 o'clock when we come back. And you'll be singing today in front of Tara. So that should be... you won't be nervous about that, though. I mean, she's...
And a cappella on the YouTube.
Did you
That's right.
hear me do a duet with Learn? Was I nervous there?
Killed that duet.
It was fantastic.
Killed that duet. Yeah. If we would have had the Instagram up, Jackson, that would have been a perfect moment to grow the Instagram audience substantially.
No, I had the
Learn
audio.
was belting out, and Iggy was right there with
It was
her.
great.
I have the audio saved when I came in...
Saturday.
It was a week ago Saturday. Yeah. I came in and I saved a bunch of stuff. And I did put the audio of the duet in there because I think I took it off of... it wasn't off the YouTube.
Does it have the music?
Yeah.
It's got the...
Yeah, so we just couldn't play it on YouTube. But we could play it, like if we want to put that into our system to play like the stuff we play before breaks, it's like 2.5 minutes long. But we do have that audio saved.
It was a wonderful duet. What was it? Stevie Nicks. She was Stevie Nicks, and who are you?
I was Tom Petty.
Tom Petty, yeah.
Stop dragging our heart around.
Yeah.
So
She killed it, Jennings.
She was
in a
outstanding.
comfort zone, too.
I
when
was
she was
sitting there
belting it out.
watching it. I
Isn't
loved
she
it.
performing tomorrow night? Isn't that it?
When's her show? In the afternoon tomorrow?
I thought it was March.
I thought it was February 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. I guess I'll go see
In
it.
Belleville, right?
Yes.
Yeah, at Copper Fire. Wherever that is.
Belleville.
Well, I'll go to their Facebook page, Lane Narrows. We'll find out. If it is, I'll go out and say hi, and I'm sure some of our listeners will show up.
The recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves has texted in, and says, do any of you pigs want our all-inclusive food and full bar club seats at Enterprise for tonight's PBR show? I can drop off a garage parking pass. Could be a fun night for someone. Lots of hot cowboys riding bulls. Speaking of bulls, tell that prison bitch that my wife and I are going to rope his balls and take him for a wild ride tonight. You can email in at fire@edf-rg.
If you're serious about that,
would you go to the PBR?
DM me if you're serious about that.
Well, it's a simple. He wants you to email
him.
I already do.
Yeah, I think. Iggy,
So you're going to go, Iggy?
Iggy wants to
You're
go.
going to go? You're going to the PBR show?
I know somebody that wants to go.
Look at this.
That actually asked me for tickets.
Wow.
And
A lady friend?
And I said, well, I'll have to check here at the station because we're out as far as giveaways. And it would only be if people don't pick up their tickets that were given. And I wouldn't know until late this afternoon. But if you are offering those, yes, I'm interested.
Nice. Well, then you got to email.
Well, you can DM me.
Well,
And then send me a link or whatever.
You want him.
Pardon me?
I would take the initiative. Just email him up, and he'll probably be able to
Don't tell me
email.
what to do.
Well, I'm saying,
Pepper and Genie.
for the, no, but I'm saying
Pink of Pepper and Genie.
I'm just kidding.
For the virtual tickets, I'm sure if
Yeah,
you
I
had
think
your
you have
email,
to.
you'd be able to just
fire over to you.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're paper tickets. You have to.
Yeah.
Jackson, it's nice to know that there is a Hooters over an hour away in Columbia, less restaurant locating and more pecking loudly on your typewriter into the microphone. That's Nathan from the east side of Alton.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, we would go there once in a blue moon and just enjoy a cold beer and some chicken wing.
Now she's not listening.
Singular.
He did
That's right.
wings.
One wing.
Like Pant, Tom Hank.
Tara's not listening, but she just texted me. She said, I am in your lobby sitting on the couch.
Nice.
Do we want to wait till 9 o'clock or just bring her now?
So we told the audience we got to make sure we deliver for the audience.
100p.
I mean, we could take a break in like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll break it
right
like
there at
8:55.
9. Yeah.
Jackson and I are going to have to shut down Balloon Party a little early because I'm interviewing Joe Buck for the Tim McKernan Show podcast at 11. So we're on a tight, Jennings said tight schedule.
It sure is.
Tight schedule.
Not
so
like
we'll
the old days.
We'll have Tara.
Zooming
it? We are zooming it, actually.
With Joe?
With Joe, yep.
Live?
Not
No,
live.
just tape.
But
Live to tape.
Live to tape. But Jackson, you got all that set up?
Oh, yeah.
You nervous?
No.
Yeah. Those are famous last words.
Is he in town?
Oh, they're nervous.
He is in town. I was surprised by that. I
Too
figured
lazy
he'd
to
go
come
straight
in?
for.
Right to
I
Cabo.
think at this point he does so many podcasts that at this point I don't know how many people are just going to come in and do interviews anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
they're so
it's
used
just
to the
over.
Zoom. It's just.
Which is fine because
Why
it
come in?
allows us to do more.
Yeah.
But I really like that in-person thing. But people are now comfortable with Zoom. That I think it's a different feel to the interview than they were pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Because before it, if you were doing it over the phone, I didn't feel like the interview was as good. But now
Joe
people
was
are
at
comfortable.
Ozzy's deal last night. That's cool.
Oh, was that last night?
PGA Reach deal at Ballpark Village.
How about that?
Yep. Good stuff.
1982.
They have a
reunion.
picture of a bunch of
How great is the Wizard?
He's the best.
He really is, and I almost feel like he's taken for granted for how kind and how great of a ball player and how kind of a person and how committed to the community. It's not like he grew up here, I mean, he's just a lifelong now, ever since the trade, St. Louisan, loves the game of golf, has done a lot, played a huge role in the PGA Championship coming here in 2018. Yeah, man. I mean, he is.
It's great for the game of golf. I can tell you that much.
That the Wizard is residing here. Yeah. I mean, he's something else. And then he does this event down at Ballpark Village. So it was Tommy Herr, Ken Obergfell, Whitey.
Suter there?
Might have been Bruce Suter, Engine 42. How do you do? Yeah, they did this thing last night.
Last night at BPV.
Yeah, God bless America. The Wizard on a home run by the Wizard. Hey, if you experienced any damage from yesterday's situation, Iggy, would you call it a storm? I don't know. I'm not going to call it anything you won't call because you're the guy who knows the weather.
No, it was just a front that passed through and is out of here already. It was just a quick front.
But if you dealt with any damage from the quick front, make sure you're working with Connerly and Enterprise Contracting. You will be very happy to work with Connerly. Loyal TMA listener, I can tell you that. And a great guy who has a wonderful business in Enterprise Contracting, locally owned and operated, storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement. and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. If you're not looking to go through the insurance claim process, Enterprise Contracting can help you get you financed for your exterior replacement project. It's Enterprise Contracting. Let them know you are a TMA listener. 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000. Call Connor Lee and the great people at Enterprise Contracting. Jackson, you'd like to tell the people about Bertarelli Cutlery. That's Marco Bertarelli, who's been sponsoring this show since 2007. Sweet mother of mercy.
Yep, chop, cheeky. I saw Marco last weekend. I played a little pickleball, went down to the hill, checked out the store. It's a great store. And spring is almost upon us, which means it's a great time to swing down to the hill and check out all the great restaurants. Visit the Hill Welcome Center, and while you're there, stop by and see our friends at Bertarelli Cutlery. Family-owned and operated, Bertarelli Cutlery continues to be the St. Louis knife authority and has been for almost 5 decades.
Wow.
Featuring all the best brands of household kitchen knives, you can cut, slice, and shear like a pro. And if your knives get dull, what you can do is you can drop your knives off at Bertarelli, have a wonderful meal at one of the Hill's finest restaurants, and come back to pick up your freshly sharpened knives. You need a new set of steak knives?
Yes.
Visit Bertarelli Cutlery. Need your knives sharpened?
Yes.
Visit Bertarelli Cutlery. How about paper, masks, gloves, to-go containers, and more? Well, Bertarelli has you covered there, too.
What?
So swing on down to the hill and enjoy everything that Bertarelli can do for you. Visit them at 1927 Marconi Avenue. Give them a call at 314-664-4005 or visit them online at BertarelliCo.com.
There it is. Bertarelli Cutlery sponsor the Cuts of the Week, which comes up after our wonderful Foot Fetish Friday, 10 minutes away. And, I mean, are we going to get to 1,000? Because we'll see when Tara tweets it out. Jennings, we're at 464. It's starting to trend. It's starting to trend.
It's getting there.
It's starting to trend.
We picked up 100, I think, in the last 5 minutes.
Will Ken be nervous? Rudy Peck wants to know.
Nervous about what?
Oh, he's not nervous.
First of all, I've hung out with Tara, so it's not like I'm meeting her for the first time. She's a cool chick. Yep. I don't get nervous.
Period.
Stop with the nervous stuff. Please.
Appliance Discounters sponsor.
Just a bad putter. It's not nervous.
8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. In need of an appliance right now? You won't wait weeks at Appliance Discounters. You have an 80,000 square foot warehouse filled with GE appliances along with other brands. You can't wait weeks when your refrigerator, washer, dryer goes out. Come in to one of their showrooms and they'll deliver it tomorrow at Appliance Discounters. If you're building or remodeling your home and don't need your appliances right away, they can hold them for you. Just remember, you can always shop online at ApplianceDiscounters.com. Appliance Discounters sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Well, Jennings, here we go. I mean, this is it.
Is there a song, Ken, that you're going to be coming back with?
Will you go Lady Gaga?
Yeah, I was thinking Applause because I love that song. I'm trying to think of something I can sing. I mean, Gaga has...
Shallow.
Well, I'm ready to type it in on YouTube to get it right.
Jennings, you want to play the role of Bradley Cooper and Iggy can play the role of Gaga?
Nope.
Shallow.
Nope. Yeah, I don't think
well, maybe we'll play Shallow. I can sing both parts.
Shallow?
Yes.
Yeah, play Shallow.
That's a good one.
That is going to be
It's a
real.
banger.
You ready for the Instagram, Jackson?
Oh.
Let's get to 1,000.
Absolutely.
Oh, you might get
You can watch Foot Fetish Friday coming up here in a matter of moments. Go to youtube.com/TMASTL. I think this is going to be hot. I think it's going to be erotic, though. And I think there's a difference between hot and erotic.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I do. I was scrolling through my Instagram last night, and I came upon a picture of Paulina Gretzky, and I was proud that my son says, Dada, she's hot. There we go. So now I know you're mine.
He's doing just fine.
So we'll see what he thinks of this segment. It is called Foot Fetish Friday. It'll be at youtube.com/TMASTL. It's next on the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
This St. Patrick's Day, celebrate with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey. Drink as the Irish do, raising a dew and a brew and a toast to good friends and company. May you work like you don't need the money, like Jackson. Love like you've never been hurt, by Dog. Dance like no one is watching, like Ken. And live every day as if it was St. Patrick's Day, like Tim. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Glasses up to responsible drinking. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. 40% alcohol by volume. 80 proof. Copyright 2021. William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Producer Joe's Fantasy Baseball League will host its draft. Plowhawk
when will you host your draft? Because you can host it at the Post Sports Bar and Grill, home of the official cheesesteak, the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
And me and the great Gotham from the Post, marketing guru, great Gotham. We are working on having a little draft party. Not mandatory for our draft. Right? You know, you don't expect to get all 14 there.
No.
But
I thought you were going 16. I
think we're keeping it 14. I think you want to keep the player pool there.
And you got your 14 already lined up?
Got our 14. I'm setting up the league safe today or tomorrow, and just now getting people's input on when their availabilities are for drafting and things like that. So
I think you made a marketing mistake. I don't think you announced the possibility of 16 and then say 14. You should have slow rolled that like the Cardinals are with Carlson.
No, you hang that over, you know, I mean, people want to be in this league. They need to be in this league.
Well,
and so you give yourself room for growth for next year.
Do you?
You know, you got 2 more slots.
You just weren't
open.
ready this year.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
you want
what it looks
you don't want to overstep it, you know.
No, I wouldn't think you'd want to overstep it. No.
But I can't wait for the drug league.
That's the name you're going to go
with. Cut that
with.
off, please.
The drug league.
Yes.
Well,
and I know everybody who is involved in the drug league is very excited as well.
How many of them are on drugs?
I think 8 or 14 for
8
sure.
8 or 14.
Nice.
I won't get into any names of who is.
It's like, what is that, 57%?
Yeah, 4 out of 7.
You should send out a news release with that.
We're actually kind of looking for more druggies, so maybe that.
Could you go down to Skid Row and find somebody?
Sure, we could. But I
Do we
can't
have a
wait.
Skid
We'll
Row
give
in
updates
St.
for
Louis?
Sebastian Bach, I remember you. 1989?
I don't know. Well, where would you go in St. Louis to just find the highest concentration of drug users?
Huh. That's a good question.
Yeah. Nice one to toss around.
Jeffco?
I don't know. I guess it all depends on what drug you're looking for.
Probably wherever you found the most homeless people, you say there?
I don't think so.
Homeless people can't afford drugs.
I don't know. I think that's how a lot of them got there.
I certainly know it's not Tower Grove South where I live.
The questions, yes, Hayes.
The drug use, do you think that enhances your ability to play fantasy baseball?
Probably not.
Doug, I think you missed out on a golden opportunity to get in the top 2 this year.
I may have. If you got at least 8 of them are on drugs, that's probably
None
8
of them
I could
are
beat.
up until 10 a.m., so you're talking.
Oh, yeah.
Just
get in on some free agents there. Yeah.
All passed out and in a food coma by 8 p.m.
I may have made a mistake.
So they're not even setting the lineup for the West Coast.
Yeah.
You just missed your opportunity. Next year, though. We'll see
they're
how
going to expand to
Joe's League
16
goes
next
this
year.
year.
Right. Yeah, I may have made a mistake. I don't know.
I hope it's one of those leagues where there's a lot of Cardinal fans where they just draft Cardinal players.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have a Cardinal player that you can mix the games a little bit more.
Here's the best part about
watch.
the league, though, the drug league, is people have co-managers. There's actually a few teams that have co-managers. They both have a voice.
Well, you're going to need, if you're on drugs, you're going to need a co-manager. If you're drying out or something, if you're rehabbing.
Are they benefactors like your guy, and do they not only pay the freight for the league but also supply the drugs?
I kind of felt bad because K-Berg was the 15th guy, and I should have invited him before. I felt bad. So, no, I am my own personal benefactor this year.
What?
And I think that might be tough because K-Berg was legit great at the waiver wire.
Wait, so the guy who was your benefactor you didn't even invite in the drug league?
I just totally forgot, and we brought him up every day when we talked about the drug league.
Unbelievable.
My producer Joe's about to be texting.
That's unbelievable. He paid for you last year, and you didn't put him in the league.
These are the kind of problems you have when the commissioner himself is on drugs.
I am not saying I feel good about it, because I don't.
So is he not in the league?
He is not.
Maybe you need to get to 16 teams now, include him, and find one more person.
I have the ability to do so.
That's too many teams.
It's a lot.
No, it isn't.
You have to take care of the guy who took care of you.
It's
what
a
kind
level
of person
playing
are you?
level
You know what?
I
You're
thought
the kind
K-Berg
of
would be in
person.
Prod Joe's league.
You're the kind of person that takes your son to a father-son dance when you know you've been exposed to a virus. It's that sort of behavior.
If K-Berg were to join, would this mean 9 out of 15 are on drugs? Or still 8 out of 15?
Still 8.
Still
K-Berg's
8
a
out of
good dude,
15.
yeah.
Okay.
Opposites attract when it comes
clean.
to fantasy baseball.
He's a square.
That's too many. I played in a mock draft yesterday with 12 players, and in the 8th round I was drafting Dylan Carlson and guys in AAA.
That's tough. You got to know who the closers are. That's the key.
Well, the closers change frequently, except for 6 or 7 of the best ones. A lot of the others change over the course of the year.
But Tim, I bet Prod Joe's he'll have a fun league. I'm sure he has a great draft prepared.
You don't have to do much to prepare it.
Exactly.
I got to pay still, and I forget even what I'm supposed to do to pay. I guess I got to go.
I haven't done. I'm going to be shipping out cash. Paul Hawk, I'm 2 weeks away from having to Venmo you $100. Got to pay for our league, Doug. It's the cat. What, I owe you $50,000? Is that the deal?
$50K. You can.
This is not, Doug. This is tough. I'm going to have to really do well at the Players Championship this week.
Your league should be called the No Loyalty League. I'm shocked.
I'm actually pretty disappointed K-Berg is not in the league, and that's all on me.
Just add him and get one more player. You got time.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You got time to make it right.
Okay.
That's okay, like not doing it.
It's so much work, but I guess adding 2 more is not a huge do.
How much work is it?
It's not actually that much.
It's actually no work, but the guy who paid his way isn't worth 30 seconds of his time.
I can get it done. Don't you guys worry.
All right. He'd feel
Poor
better about it.
K-Berg.
He'd feel better about it.
Man, him and Prod Joe, that relationship was just so perfect last year.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The real estate market is beyond competitive. Getting your offer accepted is like an Olympic sport. You need a solid team. I'll get you pre-approved within minutes and locked in at a low interest rate. And with my 21-day closing guarantee, you'll be bringing home the gold in your new dream home. Don't let working with the wrong lender ruin your home buying experience. Get pre-approved today for your new home purchase at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
You got to be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
We've been waiting to hear. We've wanted to hear it for so long.
Yeah. Tara's just going to hear me.
Tara doesn't have headphones, though.
Tell me something, girl.
Oh, she can't even hear
I can't hear Iggy.
Oh,
is this mic on? Jay, is Iggy's mic on?
I can hear
me. Need more.
Oh, that's so good. It's perfect.
I like the acapella anyway.
Yeah, it's...
Is there something else you're searching
Jason, do we have
for?
headphones for Tara?
I'm falling.
To the left of you, Flazzy. Right below the...
In all the good times
Tim's old
I
ones.
find myself looking for change.
I like it.
And in the bad times I fear myself.
He's got the lyrics.
I got them.
Flazzy, can you hit auto on YouTube for me?
Let's do it over there. Now I got to sing Gaga, which I won't be able to do.
I think you'll be perfect.
Tell me something, boy.
Oh, Jennings, you can't tell the difference.
No.
Are you tired of trying to fill that void?
Wow, that's special.
Oh, do you need more? And it's hard keeping it so hardcore. I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. Sorry.
This is going to get him a record
quick
contract.
There. Bad times I fear myself. No chance.
I notice you're passing on the higher notes.
Hit
no
that
chance.
note. Get it. Get it.
Tara, do you think you could reach that note?
I think you could. Get it.
Jennings, he's going there.
in the shallow now.
That is
I can't imagine what that's like on the YouTube.
Shallow. Shallow. I don't know how many shahs are in there.
I can't tell the difference.
Earlier, currently, the music isn't playing.
Far from the shallow now.
For everyone.
That's about it.
Oh, you get, Jay, I think you get the idea. Now I just got word. Tara, you're right. That was wonderful.
Good job, Eggs.
Tara Savello is in studio with us here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Welcome to our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Lady Gaga's former makeup artist, friend of the show. She is in studio. Looks oh so lovely.
Why, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Already, Jennings, well over 500 people in. But I just found out that Iggy's version of Shallow, the Iggy's mic was on, but the music wasn't.
Well, I
think it's better that way.
On YouTube,
it's more like Boys to Men.
Yeah, on YouTube we can't play the music.
Yeah,
but we don't have a license.
No, but on the radio now it wasn't.
Oh, really?
Is that correct,
oh, God, I
Jackson?
feel bad.
HD2.
Okay.
What about on like the live stream?
I don't see why it wouldn't. You just had the aux, right, Plazzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, then.
So it did go out that way.
For sure.
Okay, I was curious if that was going to be straight a cappella throughout the entire...
Is this my volume so I can also hear Jackson?
No question.
Oh, Jackson, you may not be able to hear. He's.
I can
Don't worry about me.
Hear him.
Yeah, your volume.
You don't hear Jackson. It's interesting.
Jackson, say something.
Jackson, could you?
Yeah, Jackson, can you do a mic check?
Conzo.
Oh yeah, there
Conzo mic
got
check.
Got it. Thank you.
Facilitate that connectiveness.
That's correct. Tara, welcome in. You are a lovely lady. Thank you so much for joining us. Look at this, Jennings. I mean, my goodness.
She's neat. You're a good looking.
Gaga doesn't employ
you.
dogs.
Is that a policy? Is she public with that? Is that something on the application? What is going on?
He's putting his coat on.
Yeah, it's warm in here.
He's nervous.
How's the audio, Plowhawk? Is everybody's mic on? Are we on YouTube?
I think we're all good.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We got multi-angles at this right now.
Wow, multi-ankle.
And so Tara is on. I see you on YouTube. Oh, Plowhawk, you've lost your camera. We've turned Plowhawk's camera. Is that what we did?
Turn them, and I don't need to be on camera.
Well, I don't either. So.
But people are going to miss out on you eating that mini cake you're about to eat.
I disagree. I think that you are also fabulous and intriguing on camera.
I agree. I agree. He is
I need
intrigued.
that.
Intrigue is the word. Yep. He doesn't trim his pubic hair. You know that?
I didn't.
No,
but
that's-
I'm glad I know that now.
Yeah, no, that's.
I actually, and I don't want to
That's
be
a turn on.
too vivid, but it did
Why
happen
not?
yesterday. I did shave.
You got the shears out.
I kind of.
Oh, did you really?
Is it for me?
Jackson, did we get
I
that on
didn't do it
Instagram?
for you.
Oh.
I did it for my girl, and I did
Missed
the
it.
reverse cowgirl over the toilet. Have you done that? Because our trash
have
can,
to. Yeah, you have to.
our trash can is so
Never have.
small that I'm worried. I don't know if my hit range is that precise. So you need
Okay.
the wider bowl. So I did manscape it.
So you reverse cowgirled over the
you just-
toilet.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know how much more in depth I can get there.
A special occasion?
Yeah, I think it was
her
his
birthday.
girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah, we got our anniversary at the end of this month, so really just preparing for that.
Gotcha.
That's lovely of you.
Oh, thank you, Tara. Sorry about that.
Jay, they're not happy in the YouTube chat about the arm on the bottom right-hand corner camera blocking Tara.
Yeah, I tried.
What is
Do
it?
I need to move?
No, not you. I guess it's the arm. I think it.
This thing or this?
No, it's the one that
It's
one.
Plazzy's microphone.
Oh, there's nothing we can do about that.
No, I mean, well, you can't detach it. So.
No offense, but it's only blocking one specific area of Tara, and I think that's why they're upset.
Oh.
Well, I would think that's one area you don't want to miss.
Luckily, we have multi-cameras.
Yeah, as they just said, there are multi-cameras. So
We
I
do
think
have
we're
four.
covered.
We do have 4 cameras. You can watch on youtube.com/TMASTL. You should just be subscribing to the YouTube page anyway, as it is. Tara, welcome in. It is so wonderful to meet you. How did this all come to fruition where you became familiar with this show? Give the background if you would be so kind.
Well, my boyfriend has been listening to your show avidly for a very long time.
It's wonderful to hear.
That's a good American.
I believe, however long you've been on the air.
2004.
Okay, yeah.
2004.
And so when we met, he mentioned something about Iggy being a huge fan of Gaga.
Yeah, he is.
And so I believe I messaged Iggy on Instagram
Yeah, he's active on there with his cooking.
and told him that I was in St. Louis, and then he asked me to come on the show.
Yep.
And that was during the height of COVID. So
Oh, that's right.
Where did you?
I was on the show, but it was
On the
mobile,
phone.
which is so different.
Yeah,
We
it's a different
can't see
experience.
each other.
So this guy's from the Lou.
He is. He's from here.
And how did you meet him?
Yeah, good question, Jennings.
We actually met on a dating app.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And you, at that point, have a home base, or are you traveling just all over the place?
I'm kind of always traveling for
gotcha.
work, but I'd taken some time off and was here for a little while. So I was, looking to meet people around here.
Mm-hmm.
And
J-Mo wasn't on that app. Could have been a total different story.
Wow, Iggy, kind of shooting a shot after the fact, but hey, you got to shoot to score. I respect that.
But yeah, he, I reached out to him and came on the show. And, it's so much different in person. And so we stayed in touch. I went to the Gobble Bowl.
Yeah.
And there were a few of your friends, and I was told people have been on the show before. I can't remember the name, so I apologize to them. And when they met me, they told me they had a preconceived idea of who I was and what I looked like from that interview.
I see.
Because they could not see me.
And now they have to be pleasantly surprised if they thought one thing now to be able to see, Jennings, how beautiful Tara is. Yeah. What a treat here on the YouTube, as I notice that the numbers are increasing as the segment goes on.
Yeah, wait till the boots come off. That'll be...
Do you think that's when... You think, Plowk, you got a treat, bro?
What are you working on now?
Yeah, what are you snacking on?
Edam's mini cake.
Ooh.
New sponsor, Jennings. Edam's.
Lock them in.
What's Gaga's favorite?
Endements, the
What's
only way to
Gaga's favorite
snack.
treat? What's Gaga's favorite treat?
Snack she preferences?
Her favorite treat.
Maybe Mount Rushmore.
I think it really depends on the time of day, the time of tour cycle, whether you're preparing for...
A show that night?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
She's not really a huge snacker, She's healthy and stays fit.
She does.
Yeah, we don't care about that on this show.
There was a lot of chicken and brown rice.
Oh, that's the go-to.
Yeah.
So are you still in touch with her, I would imagine?
Yeah.
You guys are close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together. So everyone who was on that tour, you build this family.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So how long were you working with her?
6 years. So it
Wow.
was from November of 2009 to the end of 2014.
So, you saw the
rise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because she blew up 2007, 8-ish, and then it was off.
Yeah, the first time I worked with her was on the Bad Romance music video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was assisting another makeup artist. That was when we first met. So, and I then assisted him on a series of jobs with her. I had another job on a television show at the time and was doing a bunch of freelance work, doing fashion shows and stuff, and got offered to go on tour. It was the first Monster Ball tour, but it was only booked for, I don't remember exactly how long, but it was not long. It was a few months. And we left, we started, and as it progressed, it would be oh, here's a new schedule emailed to you. We're extended for X amount of months. Because the tickets were selling so well, and it was doing so well. And that continued for, I want to say a few years. So the actual Monster Ball tour went from theaters to, then the stage expanded, got bought out by Live Nation, went to stadia. It was...
Arenas, then big stadiums.
Yeah, I think arenas, but the same tour. So the stage changed. It was wild.
We were talking the other day, you and I.
Wild rise of watching this happen, from going from, there's these hit songs that she has, obviously, but the world didn't really understand the scope of this person's talent. And then seeing that evolve, but you're also kind of insulated in this group of people where you don't understand what's happening in the rest of the world because you are too busy.
Right.
So it's all of a sudden,
boom, here it is.
Things start happening, and you.
Were you traveling by bus, or were they doing planes?
We were on a bus for like U.S. tours, but she was on so many projects at once,
right?
And I was her personal makeup artist, so we would have a set tour schedule, but for her core group, there would be additional, like, here's a tour schedule, but tomorrow we're flying to this place for television. We're flying
How
here.
much did she change makeup in show, like in concert? I gotta believe, knowing her, probably a bunch.
During the show, like the Monster Ball, the first part of it in the theaters, we did one look.
Okay.
But then she had meet and greets after. So, touch-ups for after that. Yeah. And she was still doing, like, gigs after the show.
Oh, wow.
Because, she's a hustler. She's, really knows how to, she's really good at business and knows how to hustle and promote. And so there was always so many different things happening. And during the day and doing, so, some days you'd be doing, like, 5-6 different looks.
Yeah, right.
And the genius of knowing that if you are in a full-on look with a different wig and costume, when you walk in a place and then when you walk out, and then, if you are seen in like 10 different looks in one day, that they're going to print 10 different articles or 10 different
I see what your
photos.
strategy is. Yeah, okay, instead of the same shot or the same
something
picture.
I would have never thought of, but she already...
She knew the play. She knew how to play the game.
She knew that, and no one else ever did that.
That was a nice play.
So,
Iggy, you have gotten a chance to meet her, Gaga, one of the highlights of your life. Were you there? Were you there, Tara, at that time?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Did you guys meet then when Iggy met Lady Gaga?
I'm sure I saw her,
but you guys didn't know each other.
No, I'm sure I saw you walking backstage with her, and I think Lane was with her, and so I'm sure you were there.
Yeah.
No, we didn't meet. I just met Lady Starlight then. Lady Starlight is who you met. Well, you have been briefed that you are in here for a segment called Foot Fetish Friday.
I have been.
How was it explained to you, Tara?
It was explained to me that I will need to remove my shoes and socks. I will be showing him my feet.
Yes, Jennings. You know him from the Sullivan Golf Course.
And that he's going to give me a foot massage.
If you would like.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Jay has a stack of consent forms right over there, so it's a mutually agreeable thing. And he also has a series of questions that are kind of standard, I think, in this.
That we asked all the gals that come in, and do the Foot Fetish Friday. And my first question for you would be,
yes,
how do you feel about your feet?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I think I have cute feet.
Okay.
Ever since I was a child, I always thought that everyone's feet looked like mine. Like the way that the
Your feet
toes
look,
all go in a row. And then I remember making my first friends who had the long second and third toe.
Sure. Jay, do you like that, or you have a problem with that? You have a problem with that?
And going, what is wrong with your feet? And then realizing that most people, the majority of the population, second toe and third toe are longer than the thumb toe.
Correct.
And that was a revelation to me.
Jennings, do you have numbers on that, what the population is?
I don't have numbers on it. I just like proportionate feet.
Most people that I've met in my lifetime,
that picture I
the
sent
second
you this
and
morning.
third toe.
He's got second and third toe issues.
Yeah, I guess
second
you're right.
and third toe are longer than the first toe and have a little, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that all feet were
the same.
A staircase.
Sure.
Yeah. Mine are a little Flintstone-y. They're short and.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, he's an expert.
We like to find out where a gal's mind is a little with history.
Yeah. I've heard this. I've heard that you're very into World War II.
World War II, and I see. Maybe I shouldn't ask her the state.
Well, you can pivot to the space program.
I'm going to go to the space program.
Yeah, he's big also with NASA.
In what year did Neil Armstrong and man supposedly land on the moon? Do you know what year that was, honey?
I believe that was in '69.
And a girl.
Jennings, that has to excite you.
Good validation.
That you know that you're dealing with an intelligent...
You know when Pearl Harbor was, what year that was. Uh-oh.
You know...
When the Japanese got us.
I'm going to have to say... I know...
It's kind of the start of World War II for us.
Yes, so probably in the 40s, around 43...
41.
Jennings, you accept 1943.
Nice.
You say 2 years on either side. You can't.
Now I know Tim has...
We've had some that said like 74.
68.
Yeah, the 85 one was alarming.
I know Tim has a question. He likes to ask.
Oh, yes, I do. This is important to me. But I probably asked you when you were on the phone. Have you ever been with a woman?
You didn't ask me that.
That's so surprising. I was off my game.
He'd have seen you. He'd ask.
My guess is the answer is yes.
What is your definition of been with?
That was my question.
Yeah, I know, it's so tough. I guess I'll go third base. You count that, Jennings?
Third base, like Hong Kong?
Uh-huh.
I go second base there.
Oh,
That's
no,
second base.
Third is just a digit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, really? That's your third base?
So that's what I got it as. It's so tough with sapphic erotica. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking with four guys, we're the guys who are the authorities on lesbianism.
Yeah, the bases are good to distinguish.
Yeah, maybe we should put like a chart up in the corner behind
If you
Jay.
get the third, I'm sure there's some trimming on that.
I
don't know on the trimming thing.
I think I think a lot of girls, it's different than with men.
Right.
Like straight men. I think straight men kissing and touching each other is like
taboo,
extreme and taboo. Yeah. Whereas for most women, it's just like something.
It's okay to do.
Yeah, like we see each other naked all the time. We sleep in the same beds.
Is that right?
We,
Keep going.
It's just like part of being a girl and having close relationships with one another.
So, have you ever juggled the gals up top?
Second base.
Jesus.
What's wrong with that?
No, that's a good question.
I mean, other women have touched my breast.
Right.
But I haven't had I'd say I haven't had a long-term intimate relationship sexually with a woman.
Okay.
But
have you had a short-term?
It's a nice follow-up, Jay.
Relationship, a sexual relationship.
I wouldn't say relationship.
Okay.
What about an evening? What about an hour? Maybe even a half hour?
10 minutes.
I've definitely, things have happened before.
Now, were you doing that for your gentleman lover, or was it
No.
because you were engaged yourself to in the whole activity? It wasn't just like you were
Yeah.
doing it for
No.
That makes me happy. Jay, it makes you happy as well.
Absolutely.
Nobody got cucked.
Nobody got cucked.
No.
And that's when we wrap up the show, we can say, you know what? Nobody got cucked here today. And that's so important. Iggy, what question do you have before Jennings goes to his move?
Most exotic or fascinating place? You've been all over the world with Gaga. Fascinating or funnest place, because there's times when you get to spend a little time, if you're in a place for 2 or 3 shows, you get to see a little bit. And like when she comes to St. Louis, I'm sure it's, do the show and get the hell out of here. But there's places you go where you get to hang out a little bit and see what's probably the most fascinating city you've been to.
Oh my gosh,
or
so
country.
many. That is tough. And there are many people watching and listening who are in different countries, and so no personal offense. I love everywhere and all places I have been, and you're all number one.
But
the landing.
Whoa, I just got really loud
Landing.
in my own ear. Okay, that's better. One of my favorite things we did was a safari in South Africa.
Is that right?
It was the most spectacular, fun experience of all time.
Was this with the whole Lady Gaga tour crew?
Yeah, it was like a lifelong dream of mine to go on a safari.
Are you a hunter?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, all right.
And we went on this safari, rented like these fabulous little house cottages things, and had just like these jeeps that you could go out, and I think it's on like some sort of national park sort of preserve thing, and I just kept going out first we all went out together, and then everyone kind of got tired. I mean, it's hot and it's sunny, and I just kept going, can we go out again?
Because you wanted to see the various
animals.
So what'd you run into? You running into lions? Any of the lions out there?
Yes.
Jennings, lions right there.
They at one point, they stopped the Jeeps, turned off the engines, and all of us were like, what's happening? But at the same time, as soon as you go out there, something like magical comes over you. All of us were just hushed, like squeezing each other. And they turned off the engines, just like gave us a look, so we all hushed. And one of the drivers pointed like this. And at this point, we had 2 Jeeps, so there was like 2 groups of us.
Side by side?
Yeah, like this. Pointed down in the tall grass. And we, there's no like sides. We leaned over, and there were a den of lions sleeping just all around us. And this close. And so we just sat there in silence, like, this is incredible. So I had all these specific animals that I would be like, I really want to go see. I want a leopard. And they'd be like, well, we can't guarantee you're going to see a leopard. I was like, I can't. I'm going to see a leopard. So there's a jump seat that like hangs off the side of the Jeep that the guy with the gun sits in, because they have to like have one to protect you, because there's not like a cage around you. So when they would bring us back out, they let me sit in the jump seat because they could see how excited I was.
You wanted to see.
There, and I'd be like, okay, we're going to see around the next corner, we're going to see elephant. And they'd be like, okay, but don't get your hopes up. And then we would turn, and there'd be
you were calling your
elephant.
shot.
And I was like,
Nostradamus of the animal kingdom. That's what you are. You're the Nostradamus of the animal
leopard,
kingdom.
jaguar, alligators. At one point, there was hippos that were like in this little pond right by up the drive. At one point, they said that because there was like a white rhino and then a black rhino, and the guides who were with us got out and they were astonished, and they told me that either one of those 2 is like the rarest thing on Earth at this point.
I would imagine so.
And seeing them both within an hour was like they were looking at each other, like, and I was like,
you called it. You make this happen.
I got it. Dr. Doolittle over here.
You make this happen.
One other I have 2 questions.
You have 2 more.
How many total tats you got? Because I see
a nice
a couple.
Question. It's a really nice question.
I see a couple on the hands and one on the...
I do have many. I honestly...
You don't know?
Don't know how many. A lot of them
Double
were like...
digits?
Okay. A piece that was like a whole arm. I got some on tour because I'm also spontaneous. I'm also like, oh, let's do that. And then we go to a
just
place
out of nowhere,
and I'm
get a
like,
tat.
yeah, sure, that sounds fun.
And other than your guy now, when was the last time that you were passionately kissed? And when I say passionately kissed, I mean your knees buckled.
Wow, that's so vivid.
Other than my guy now,
right.
I wasn't expecting that question.
No. Well, that's what makes Jay so good.
I mean, back in the day, if you
Oh, like a knee buckler.
You got that right. On tour?
Yes, maybe.
You were single.
Really?
You were single on the tour, right?
Yes, I was.
Man, I bet that was something.
So what would you like? You would like just have a potential like, oh, we're going to go out for after the show and then meet up with somebody at a place and then.
Not, most of the time was just spent working.
Because you were so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and that was what I wanted to spend my time doing. And when you're around, I'm sure you guys know, you're around a group of people who share the same creative interests and.
Yeah.
That's their passion.
Very similar experience to yours.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to have it's kind of hard to even explain to like the people you have at home and stuff what you're going through or what you're experiencing. You can have a day where 10 of the most amazing things of your life have already happened and it's like 10 a.m. But you can't really call people at home and be like, because there becomes like a disconnect. So there becomes this really intense bond that's like
amongst the people who are experiencing
yeah,
it because you guys are experiencing it together.
Experiencing all these incredible things together that are like, if one of those things happened to me, I would be talking about it forever, but like I have to go, I'm still working and there's been 10 of them already and it's only one day.
Right.
So yeah, it's like all you want to do is just sit in a room and like be creative and come up with more ideas, and it's like the most fun you could possibly have.
Well, you're about to have for the purpose of because I'm on the air on 101 in a few minutes. I got
party.
Jennings.
If you'd like to take off your boot.
Oh yes.
That'd be a good start.
Absolutely. And just to
you tell me what to
pre-warn
do.
you,
Yeah.
I have not had a professional pedicure in many moons.
Did you paint them?
Jackson has entered the studio.
I did paint them.
Is this for
Have
Instagram
you come to
purposes?
see my feet?
Is this for Instagram purposes? No.
Got a
I'll handle the
nice
Instagram
size
purposes.
Foot.
Oh, they are on the smaller side.
Well, the boot's tight because you can even see the sock impression
Yeah.
on there. You see that? The
I
little
had
arch?
some cute heels I was gonna wear, but then the snow made me think
Yeah,
I
the
might
ice would not.
I might break an ankle on the way in.
Put your right foot up here if you can.
Okay, there you go. Jay, how's everything
I have
going
some
so far?
sock imprints.
She's got these sock imprints.
Oh, those are tight boots.
See, again, the perfect proportion on the foot.
And that's so important
it
to
goes,
you.
It's like 88 keys right down the line.
See, when I was a kid, I thought that everyone's toes were like that.
But that is not the case, Jay.
No, that's a nice situation.
And then
I'm gonna-
I saw other kids, and I was like, why is your second toe so long?
got a nice underfoot.
What's that mean?
It's just it's clean. It's smooth.
Jackson.
I mean, you're right. You should be proud of your feet. You have very nice feet.
I was hoping this could be my foray into foot modeling.
Well,
you're interested in the foot modeling
community.
community.
You have a chance on the.
You got a good advocate in front of you.
Yes, so foot agents, call me.
What's
I'm
Iggy?
available.
He's over there. He's like Jack Palance in City Slickers.
No, I'm just figuring out the
Trying to find
writing
our footage.
tickets.
You should like your feet. You have very nice feet. And I appreciate you letting me rub on them a little bit.
How's it going for you, Tara? I would imagine that
Anytime.
you get a thumbs up, like Phil seeing the gallery after a tee shot. Jennings, you're
I think they're
Are you counting them?
fantastic.
Make sure there's 5.
No, I give that gives that's in the business. That's called a little tug.
That's what that's called in the foot business.
Man, I need to do more research.
That's what you get when you get a pedicure.
That's right.
They give you the little. Is
They
that right?
pull on each little toe as part of
Yeah,
the
no,
massage.
She does have cute feet.
Yeah, she's got really nice feet.
Without the sock imprints, they would definitely be
the sock imprints kind of add a new dimension to
add a
it.
You
little
like that?
je ne sais quoi.
Have you been with a gentleman or lady who is into what Jennings describes as hot foot play?
Now, you must understand I have a very mild foot fetish. I'm much more of an up-top guy.
Maybe mild,
Mild?
but I've been with people who have all sorts of fetishes.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you don't kink shame on this show.
No.
It's a sex positive
yeah,
show.
whatever their thing is, as long as it has nothing to do with hurting other people.
Yeah.
If their kink was like murder, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
probably not.
We would frown upon that on this show just to make sure that we do.
It's a beautiful
But
foot.
other than that, whatever is your thing, it's your thing.
Right.
So it's
sex
like,
positive. We're sex
Yeah.
positive, Jennings. I mean, that's what
Totally
we're known for.
sex
on this show.
positive.
It's a sex positive show. No kink shaming here. Iggy, I apologize. I interrupted. What
else you got for her?
One more thing, and then we'll let Tara go, and we'll do the Burner
I remember
cuts
what I was
the
gonna
link in the Design Air Heating and Cooling email and name.
Probably not a fair question because at the time you're working with her, Lady Gaga is probably the most famous person in the world. So to say, people would come backstage like every show to want to meet her, and normally big stars would get back. Biggest star you ever met, either
nice,
at an after party or at the Academy Awards when you're doing her makeup, who came back and said hi after a show? Biggest celebrity that was like, wow, I can't believe I just met that person.
Okay, biggest star that I met backstage or period?
Either way, like you were out and about and they met you guys out there.
Boy, I mean, that's got to be a lot of people.
Yeah, there definitely were a lot of people. There's a difference too between like meeting a star
And hanging.
and hanging out with the star, and I think that that's a huge difference
There is.
in
You're right.
experience wise.
Who's the coolest you hung with?
I would say the coolest, maybe like experience-wise. I'll tell a.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of one that doesn't make anybody tell anybody's.
Nobody's listening.
Secret.
This is interesting. That is true.
Got to be careful. That's how many people. We're talking that kind of level.
Okay. A very cool, very fun night that was exciting for me was in London. And there are many, many stories I can tell. This is the first one pops in my head. In London, and after a show, we like went to some club, and we
the crew.
Yeah, it was like me, Gaga, my friend Craig, whose stage name is Breedlove, my friend Lacey.
Breedlove.
Mm-hmm. And
seen those kind of films.
Like came into like this booth, so it was like Gaga and me at the end of this little booth. And then Gwyneth Paltrow here.
Gwyneth Paltrow's there now.
Chris Martin there.
Chris Martin is there.
Rihanna right there.
Rihanna's there.
Queen and then Jay-Z pulled his chair up.
Hove! Iggy, Hove!
Hove and Jay-Z both were there.
Both of them!
Jay-Z pulled his chair up, so he's sitting directly in front of me.
This really is like The Landing.
Wow. And I'm like...
Except it's London.
So we're sitting across from each other, kind of like, I'm trying to like make conversation with Jay-Z. I had met him before with Beyonce when they came in the dressing room from Madison Square Garden. They just like were waiting in there with Marissa Tomei.
Paul McCartney probably at that
And
point,
Marissa Tomei was so nice, like on the couch, like sitting with me.
She
like,
was cool.
So, hey, what do you... Oh, she was amazing. Like, how... Like... as if we were best friends forever. Yeah. So I had met him before, but he was like sitting across from me. Beyonce wasn't there. And Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow were so fun and so nice. And I didn't really talk to Rihanna because she was like too many people over and it was a club. But like, I was just like talking to Jay-Z. I don't remember anything that I said because God knows what I said, but it was a very, very fun night. Chris Martin is super nice. We saw him again at South by Southwest. We went to his show, and afterwards he like told us to wait in the dressing room, came in and was like, what are you guys doing later? Can I go with you to the club?
How about that?
So there's there are a lot of super nice people who are come across like really humble, really sweet, really friendly, and like surprised me. Like, oh my gosh, this person is like the coolest.
What Jennings? I mean, what a story! How about that? You're sitting there with Rihanna, Chris Martin, Gwyneth Paltrow, Lady Gaga, of course, and Sean Carter, Hove. My goodness, Plowhawk! What an evening!
Yeah, but she'd never been at Hot Shots when Larry Nickel.
Gets Robin fed by Rhonda the off-road trucker. It's a different kind of celebrity experience.
Do you like St. Louis?
I do like St. Louis.
Okay. All right, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Robert Smith from The Cure?
I haven't. I have met Morrissey.
I just have a
That's the closest.
You like Morrissey, don't you?
That's
I love
the closest.
Morrissey. Yeah.
I've met Morrissey.
He's kind of a weird dude.
He was nice. He like came into the dressing room, and whatever his home city is in the UK, he was there. He came in the dressing room. It was early days, like 2009 Monster Ball.
He probably wasn't happy with the meat dress.
I took a photo with him. Like, I never take photos with people, but the manager at the time was obsessed with Morrissey, and I somehow got talked into being in this photo that somehow I looked like I had, like, malaria, and I never showed it to anyone.
Before we let you go, Jay, people in the YouTube chat want you to ask if she's excited about the NIT coming to St. Louis.
Are you a big basketball fan? Do you like basketball?
You know, I don't want to disappoint everyone out there, but
if anything, it might endear you.
I have never been into sports.
Period.
I can get into any sport if I watch it throughout a season, and I have before.
Really?
And
What
I
sport
have
was
to
it?
say football, basketball, baseball. Hockey is harder for me to get into unless I'm in person.
Uh-oh. You and Jackson have something in common.
You got to know the rules and the players' names. It's all different.
My grandpa played hockey until he was like in his late 80s.
Gordie Howe is your...
Yeah,
breaking news.
But
everything.
It's easy for me to get into hockey when I'm there and watching it. And so I do have a history of watching games because of someone who loves a team through a whole series and then them winning that whole series, whether it be baseball, football.
You know the superstars who win championships. Sorry, we had like a cold front just come through the studio, so I'm adjusting the thermostat.
Maybe it's a ghost.
You think it's a ghost? Is there a spiritual presence?
I think it's the spirit of whoever hockey person you just said.
Gordie Howe is with us. That'll be great for balloon party.
Were you in the Jerry Seinfeld's box when Gaga was at the game and caused all that attention?
I got her ready for that game. Yeah.
I see.
Well, Seinfeld wasn't happy that she was up there in the box doing some of the stuff she was doing in his box.
What was she doing?
I don't know.
She was. Oh, I can't say or do any of that on here. So never mind.
So this was what, like sexual activity?
No, she just gave the middle finger.
I think you could do that. I think you could do that. No, it's
they like
actually
it was a
words.
booing. They booed her or something, and she gave the middle finger. She was at a sports game drinking beer.
too.
You might do it if they weren't booing.
We can keep going as long as Tara was. I just have to do another show at 10, so therefore we have a couple of things that we have to tend to.
If now that Tara has come,
yes,
into the studio,
nice, Jay.
Maybe down the road we could get you back in and do a little extended version.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I will ask one question that I do believe the listener may want to know.
Yes.
What is your bra size?
Really nice. Just really nice.
I know how some of them are.
They were more interested in the NIT question.
I understand. You don't have any question I ask. You don't have to answer if you don't want to tell us your bra size.
Well, does anyone actually care?
Yes. Trust me.
No,
One person in this room definitely cares.
It's the one asking.
I mean, if you don't want to say, don't say. Sorry.
Only if people are gonna give me gifts. And I like nice lingerie.
Well, I think we could get some of that now that you've thrown it
You'd be
out.
amazed at what could happen here, Tara.
You may have to come back next Friday.
We'll start doing a Tara unboxing.
Yeah,
all
tweet
right,
out your Amazon wish list.
32 double D.
32 double D,
I
Jay.
like Agent Provocateur.
Nice.
Thank you for answering.
I think you'll be able to get some lingerie.
Only the finest.
Yep.
32 double D with what I would say is a zero waste.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I mean that's.
You want a cheeseburger or something?
I don't think she does. I think
no,
she's probably
I would
quite
like
content.
a Starbucks. So
You would like Starbucks? Oh, Jennings, you have a couple of. And he also has a spittoon over there. I don't know if that.
You know, I always have like 10 different beverages I get made fun of at all times. Yeah.
Diversify.
Well, you have been. You have been
a delight.
Amazing.
Thank you. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, we're taking.
What is the balloon show?
Well, a lot of people ask that, including myself. It's a show on 101 ESPN down the hall. If you're not into sports, it's probably not for you. It's a show I do with Jackson. You met Jackson.
Yeah.
We do that at 10 o'clock, so I go down the hallway.
He has another show after this on another station.
The show's existence bothers Iggy.
He's so popular.
He's a big
I'm really popular. I'm a big star. Big. I mean, you've sat with Jay-Z, but now you've sat with me.
We have 6 stations here.
Coming to an end.
As you noticed, everybody, because when there's a guest in any station, everybody wants to know who it is. You know, like when Nikki Glazer was in, we stole her before she went on the Arch. And when there's people in, people always stop by the door. Who is that? Who is Rob Schneider in today? They're always looking to see somebody. So he's in town. So
is that so? Is he here?
I tried to get him on, and his agent never got back to me. I just figured the Riz show would have him on.
Big time by Rob.
You want me to tweet at Rob Schneider?
And then all of a sudden he'll be in. Iggy. I mean, Tara can make things happen.
Yeah. So next time you come in, I'll tell you. Just text Gaga, let her know you're going to be in there. Maybe she'll call in.
You think she would?
We'll see. We'll see what
I
happens.
like the way you handled it. You are a pro, Tara.
Do you realize this guy's? I'm going to say the word devotion to Gaga. I mean,
I'm a big fan of what she does.
He's a little monster.
I do, and I love
I don't think
that.
I'm a monster.
Right.
No.
Big fan.
I was a fan of hers before I really dug her music. Because
Do you know
of
what,
she
though?
stood for.
Being a little monster is a very good thing, and I'm sure that a lot of the people on your YouTube channel right now are little monsters and will love you even more knowing that you're a little monster.
Well, I let the little monsters be little monsters. I don't want to interfere in their territory. I'm just a huge fan, but more importantly, I love what she stands for. I mean, she is maybe the kindest human being I've ever met. That as big as she is, the things she does for others, it's amazing. That's what I admire most about her.
That's true.
And I told her that. And she cried and put the glasses
She
on.
wept. Iggy made Gaga cry.
Rude.
And Mickey
That
Mantle.
was rude. I agree with you, Tara. All right, Tara, thank you so much for coming in. What a wonderful
having
segment.
me.
Wonderful stories. Jennings, you are thrilled with Tara's feet.
Top notch.
And now we will have the listeners sending you lingerie. 32 double D
I can't
is,
wait.
is the size. So there
Send
it is.
them here.
Right.
And
yes,
I will retrieve
absolutely,
them here.
Absolutely,
Please do
that'll
not
be
come
great.
to my
They
home.
will love that. They will love that here at our new station. All right, we have the Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the Week, and then we have the Designer Heating and Cooling email today. Go ahead,
Hear
Plowhawk.
these. You can listen to these, Tara.
Yes.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
No, I was too good of a producer.
That's why you got fired.
That's my thinking.
But usually isn't the way it works. Usually it's you're not doing a good job.
Unless that you're embarrassing every other producer there, and instead of just making everybody better, get rid of the good guy, then we can all just kind of F off. I got suspended for getting Bobby Orr on the air. I mean, what does that tell you?
I don't understand. I mean, you have to understand that not knowing the story, just like the rest of the audience.
Claves was very tight. Is that fair to say, Iggs? With his producer.
Yeah, we all liked the producer, but he was, I just got him on the air for Frank. We were doing our Greats of the Game segment, and Frank introduces Bobby Orr, and all of a sudden the hotline rings. It's Claves. What are you doing getting Bobby Orr on the air? I said, well, Greats of the Game, one of the greats, and we got him on the air.
Greats of the Game.
We've been trying to get him on our show. I said, well, what's the statute of limitations on getting a guest? It's taken you a year. I got made one phone call. Get in my office. I said, we're not even here. You want me to go in there and wait for you? Because you don't usually get into like 2:50.
Oh, wow. He had to feed the fish. He had those fish.
I'm kidding, Claves. I'm not kidding about the getting suspended. No, that did happen. And I just popped my head into Greg's office and said, I'll be at the pool if you need me. Let me know when I'm back.
All right.
Cut 2.
We were talking about Euphoria.
Right.
And you said, I'm not liking all of the tranny tripping.
There's a lot.
What are you talking about?
There's a scene with her panties, and you can see a bulge. That's that's how I determined that she was
You're enjoying the show,
uncut.
Senior?
I don't know, because she's...
See it on your YouTube chat?
She's got nice
I got
boobs.
them all set up this morning.
But I don't... Well, the other one, Zendaya, she's not trans.
Zendaya.
Zendaya?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with her.
But you never see in any of the scenes Zendaya pleasuring the other one via oral, and that's because I do believe that she is uncut. Because the only time
I know she's
uncut people can't receive oral? Iggy, we know that's not true. There was vomit.
No, Zendaya.
Well, you screwed up more than I did.
Zendaya is a lesbian, so she doesn't want to do that.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'm going to have to watch
Well, she's
this
more
now.
bi, but I think in that relationship...
What is this show about?
Angst. Teenage
High school.
angst.
But I think to
It's like the
answer, I
whale.
think she is a trans, but not fully developed.
What do you mean not fully developed?
Who?
The girl Zendaya is...
Zendaya.
She's not a trans. She's not
Jackson's about to just
transgender.
walk down the hall for
Do you
balloon
watch
party
this
early.
program, Jackson?
She's transgender.
I've seen the
sure.
first
No,
season.
she didn't.
She's 100%. In real life, she is, and in the show, she is as well.
What, Zendaya?
No, not Zendaya. The
Cut
3. I want to
960.
tell Big Dallas Daddy, who keeps posting.
What's going on? What's going on?
He's about to get blocked, Jackson.
I don't even know who's Big Dallas Daddy. Is this in the text?
Oh, my God, bring back Learn for the love of golf. I'm bored. Big Dallas Daddy, where's TMA? Is this the golf channel? Here, we're over in Creve Coeur. Black polish would be best. Get your shine box, Big Dallas Daddy, and bring your ass over here. I said ass, not with the H.
Right.
And shine my shoes.
You want Big Dallas Daddy
That's what
to
I'd
bring
like
a
for him to
shine
do.
box over.
You know, that's the thing.
You
It's
know,
interesting.
hold your jewelry?
You hold my watch. You know, it's just...
Keep him here.
It's unbelievable how stupid some of the people are. It's a waste of time, Big Dallas Daddy.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
I didn't know Learn had another page.
Uh-oh.
She has her Learn radio page.
I think this has to count as
It's called Learn Radio.
M731.
Yeah. Learn
Really brought
Radio.
her up. Yeah, Learn Radios are like her fan page.
Oh,
but somebody invited me to...
There's a Learn fan page?
Learn Radio is her fan page. Then she has her personal one, which I don't know. I'm not
this is on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
And does Learn run the fan page of hers?
Yeah.
Okay.
She has somebody do that.
Just Jackson's the gatekeeper there.
It's her page.
How many fan pages do you manage, Jackson?
One too many.
Yeah, diversify. That's what marketing.
But then somebody invited me, I don't know if it was Ray Beersdorf or...
Ray Bork.
Ray Beersdorf. But somebody invited me to Learn Arena. And I said, I don't know what this is.
Learn Arena.
So I accepted. And Learn runs that, too.
What is Learn Arena?
I don't know. It's just...
Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, Learn Arena.
Can it host the NIT?
So I joined that, and there's people that post on there, and Learn responds to some of the stuff. So I guess you got 3 pages.
Well, that's an interesting picture of the Learnsy there on the Learn Arena.
Well, get in while you can, because that page is about to be shut down.
2.6 million followers?
2.6 thousand.
Oh,
I was like 2.6 million.
The Learn Arena. She's dressed up in a skeleton get-up.
Yeah, I kind of like that a little.
Okay.
Look at the hands. She's got a nice hand.
Cut 5.
They all just revel in the fact that, Iggy may get screwed. Let's get on here and you got screwed. You're not getting anything. Look at that site. Oh, my God, I hope he gets screwed. They got your card. You're broke. All just so happy that I may get screwed.
Jennings, is there a lot of schadenfreude out there?
I mean, it's sad, isn't it, Ken?
Go look at it all. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to say
I didn't think it was you that posted it, though.
Yeah, I was asking the fan page, what do you think?
That was maybe not your best move.
I hope I get this patio furniture and I put it together and it's on my patio and take a picture and say...
And you'll sleep with multiple listeners' wives this summer.
Well, this patio could get me laid, this patio furniture.
Cut
6. Dear Deidre, my boyfriend's penis smells like fish, and it's putting me off.
Yeah.
Well, that might be
not the other way around.
Issue.
I'm worried he has an infection, and I've told him to see his doctor, but he says I'm overreacting, and it's normal. He's 29, and I'm 31, and we've been together for 5 years. The fishy smell has only been a problem for the past year or so. Wow, that's very tolerant.
She's gone a whole year?
God, morning, ladies.
Very tolerant. I did wonder if he'd caught some nasty STI, but I know he hasn't cheated. We've always used condoms, but lately I don't feel in the mood for shacks at all, certainly not all. He thinks I'm going off him, but he's not the problem. It's his smelly penis. It's reached the point when I won't let him touch me at all unless he's come straight out of the shower. What could this smell be? Deidre's got an answer. It's great.
I'd like to hear the answer to this.
It probably isn't anything sinister, and there's no reason to think he's been unfaithful. It could simply be a yeast infection.
Oh, my God.
But most likely it's smegma, the naturally occurring lubricant on the gentleman's tool, which can build up behind the foreskin if not cleaned thoroughly. Your boyfriend really needs to see his GP to be sure of my support pack standing up for yourself.
There doesn't need to be a support pack with this one. This is a smelly penis. You don't need anything.
A support group?
You could use a group, not a package.
Jennings, it's again called the support pack standing up for yourself.
What does that got to do with anything? Standing up for yourself.
And those were the cuts of the week.
Just really a nice week out there, especially on the floor today. I felt like it was a nice week, Jennings. It's always wonderful having you in. I know you got sideways with Big Dallas Daddy, but overall you have to be thrilled at the new station and the new setup, and you end it with a huge Foot Fetish Friday.
Yeah, to be, you know how much I appreciate the opportunity to be on a show that I love listening to. Monday morning, I'll be sitting in my garage in Sullivan watching the YouTube stream. I don't know if I'll have the chat on or not.
You might not have it on.
But thank you, boys, for letting me come
It's
play.
been wonderful. We love having you in.
You're the man.
We love having you in.
Thank you, Action Jackson.
Hey, we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up momentarily. First, I'd like to tell the audience about the beverage they should be drinking this weekend, and that is Fistful of Bourbon. Pour yourself one and settle in. And if you missed Tara Savello and Foot Fetish Friday, boy, just the perfect drink that accompanies FFF is Fistful of Bourbon. Utilizing knowledge learned from the longest-serving malt master in the history of Whiskey Hour Master Blender, has married 5 straight bourbons into one beautiful bottle. Flavors of honey, creamy vanilla, and the delicate light spices of cinnamon and nutmeg will invade our mouth hole. It will always taste damn fine neat and make one hell of a cocktail. It ain't just a bourbon, it's a damn fistful. Imported by William Grant & Sons in New York, New York. Don't be a damn fool. Enjoy it responsibly. And, of course, Stratum Structural Systems. If you are having waterproofing issues, you know it now because we have had some precipitation in the St. Louis region here over the last 48 hours. If that is the case, make sure you are working with Matt Ford and Brett Groman at Stratum Structural Systems, waterproofing and foundation repair. Think local. Think Stratum. StratumRepair.com. 314-620-8153. Known for their integrity and authority with over 5 decades of combined structural experience in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. I have worked with Stratum, and they fixed things up, and it was all over once they came over. They took care of it, and it was done. When you call 314-620-8153, let them know you are a Ryan Kelly Morning After listener, and you get $100 off your repair project. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day. Iggy's not in for the email of the day. He's giving Tara a tour. Tara tour.
You see, Joaquin made eagle on 1.
Did he really?
Oh, my, Jay.
10 under? To go to 10 down.
Oh, wow.
Jay, you're about to make 50 grand.
I mean, I don't know what he's going to end up shooting today.
See
but
where the Tam Avenue Capital Park.
Hard to get off to a much better start than a little 3 on the par 5.
How about our guy A. Long, by the way, yesterday?
That was a nice little run there.
A. Long went on a heater.
Yep.
I've got some A. Long, as I do every week.
You got to. This is the type of venue where he can be dangerous.
I was thrilled to see him in the mix. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. I would like to point out all the amazing things Tim said and did today. Only the list wouldn't come close to fitting in one email. So anyway, I'm backing out of my driveway this morning when I'm noticing my neighbor Walter pantless. I should have read that objects in mirrors stew closer than they appear. Note, because here comes Frosty, biggest, coldest tallywhacker Jeff Go's ever seen. That's from Jenny, and then the last name is Taylor.
Jenny Taylor.
Yep.
They're new.
Yep, they are. And I guess finally, Jackson, what was it going on today?
We got 4 emails today. 2 of them suck. 2 of them were good.
Nice.
Morning, fellas. So that would fall. The previous one fell into the good category.
Well, good's a relative.
That was a good one.
It's a relative term.
Morning, fellas. You'll excuse me if I'm strutting around with an extra pep in my step this morning, but your boy had himself one hell of a romantic evening. I won't bore you with the details, but let's just say I learned from my past mistakes of sending my significant other to military bases and cross-country trips, borrowing the most essential piece of the aforementioned trip, a.k.a. a backpack from the fan page. Nope, I pulled out all the stops this time. On our big anniversary, I planned the most romantic night out for me and my lady. First stop, I called the sponsor to see if he'd get us a cramped table at a little local joint called Bandana's Barbecue and Tackle. As one does prior to a romantic night of lovemaking, we laid down a hearty base layer of chocolate milk stouts, bologna, and the spare pizza Lunchable I had stashed in my left cargo pocket. For dinner, I swept my lady off her feet with a general admission community concert that my work was putting on.
Hey, I bought those tickets.
He paid.
Okay.
Guys, I don't think I have to tell you how romantic a night of a middle school talent show caliber punk rock music can be on a big anniversary. And the best part is that it was so intimate and private between just me and the love of my life. Well, it was me, her, and her 7 best friends she wanted to have present on our super special 5-year anniversary date. Honestly, I get a little emotional even talking about how special our connection was last night. I sat in awe as I blankly stared through binoculars at the back of my better half's head while she sat 7 sections in front of me with her best friends while I was in the nosebleeds being hit on by a brother-sister Herculaneum combo. The hunky brother kept telling me how he's always wanted to experience a kinky MFF with a pocket-sized lesbian with a bullet cut and marinara spilled across a wrinkled Packers jersey.
Jesus.
You can probably see where this is going, but yada, yada, yada. My gal stayed out partying with her friends for our anniversary, and I woke up between Carlos and Maria in the backseat of a monster truck parked outside of a vacant Kirkwood parking lot with a Chobani flip yogi strewn across my chest and a set of skull candies tied around my neck. Thanks, that's some Ellen Foley's swim instructor.
God, she's a killer.
Oh, that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Show me what you got, Lou.
EFSI.
Is it even close?
Yeah, Ellen Foley with a nice W. That's going to do it for the Ryan Kelly. Ken never returned.
Love seeing you.
He didn't make it back.
He's locked in.
Check out the new Iggy shirt at TMASTLshop.com. Brand new from the great Mike Flanagan, and the Doug Vaughn suspension T-shirt makes a return next week. TMASTLshop.com. Hoodies and T-shirts all there for you. TMASTLshop.com. If you missed out on FFF, it's up on YouTube for you. Time for us to shut it down. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Jennings Randolph Jr., and for the vacationing Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, and YouTube.com/TMA.